Welcome to the Glorious Bards. Glad to have you here. We're totally ready for you and excited to be here with Adventure 51, I believe is the count. Again, I am your ambitious Game Master Tom, and we're coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousSbards every Tuesday night, 6:30 Pacific. We just finished up with a recap of the adventure, and if you want to listen to that, you can get all the way caught up through all 50 episodes to be ready for this one. We are excited. We have a very full house today. We have in the studio Jeremy, Chris, Seth, Alan, Christopher, and Lauren, all our fantastic players. We also have myself, Game Master Tom. We've got Derek here in the studio as our tech. We also have our best fan ever, Clay God, in the studio. We also have our best fan ever, Casey Cat, in the studio to my right. We also have our best fan ever, Thonwill. I was going to say Jill Thonwill. Thank you. Thonwill is in the studio too. So we got a lot of great folks here, and we have fans online. We're super excited to be here.
The best fans ever online.
Yes,
the best fans.
Yes.
Especially that one.
Let's get a little introduction of whom our heroes are. Let's start with our dwarven cleric, who goes by the name of Goli. Goli, a question for you. If you were to peer into a crystal ball into the near future, what do you see happening between you and the dragon Baleroc? Seeing in a crystal ball in the very near future, what do you see between you and the dragon Baleroc?
Am I assuming a one-on-one situation?
Whatever you would like.
Oh, love is in the air.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Goli is not particularly well versed with dragons, has some familiarity with dragons, would probably be praying to the Stone Father for a guidance and a swift death, if it comes down to it.
All right. Sitting next to you is our Galen, a thaumaturge, a supernatural swordsman, a human as well. If you were to peer into the near future, what do you see between you and the dragon?
Well, Galen can speak Draconic, and so I think what's going to end up happening is Galen's going to convince Baleroc to renounce his evil ways, seek out the company of another friendly dragon, Luminara, maybe convince her to settle down, start a family, and make little dragon babies.
Right. We also have our gnome bard, Jericho. Same question. What do you see between you and the dragon coming up?
Well, of course, after we destroy the dragon and have disemboweled it and killed it and taken trinkets from its dead body, I'm going to write some songs about how awesome Galen and Hemlock and maybe even Zal and the other people were about how well they did in the whole fight and all that went on.
Fantastic.
Dragon babies.
It's the sequel to the Muppet
I'm in
Babies.
my own little. Don't get in my time with the camera. You're not here with me. I'm having solo time. In the confessional booth.
Speaking of Zaldor is our human wizard peering into the future. You and the dragon. What do you see?
Zaldor, wizard of the seventh tower, and keeper of the wind spheres over 1,000 isles, and captain of the wake. Let's not forget the entire nomenclature.
Pistolero of the skies.
And Pistolero of the skies. Almost. Very soon. Thank you, Galen. I appreciate you.
He just butts in.
Zaldor also speaks Draconic, and it is probably using the ancient tongue of Draconic that Zaldor would do his best to plead for his life. May be futile, but it will certainly be eloquent. And perhaps long-winded, if possible.
Okay.
The longer I can speak, the
All
less
right,
I'll die.
yes. Moving on. Next to you is our dwarven summoner, Lord Ansgar. Same question to you.
Well, I will hope that as I stare into the dead eyes of that creature, Shalara sneaks in from above and lands atop the foul beast's head.
Makes dragon babies. No. Sorry.
No dragon.
I'll stop guessing.
And that's it.
All right. I was hearing dragon's eyes, and I was just like a doll's eyes.
Dead
That's
eyes.
screaming you hear.
Dragon's eyes, they're watching you.
Pounding and screaming. And
6 heroes went into the battle. All right, and last but certainly least is our fetchling gunslinger Hemlock. What do you see happening between you and the dragon Baleroc?
Oh, I'll be cooling my gun barrels off, and it's rapidly spreading blood.
Ooh, all right, fantastic. And I do have one more thing here with our heroes. This one is for, let's do Lord Ansgar. I have a prompt for you, Lord Ansgar.
Huh?
Ansgar, what is best in life?
Piss off!
I wanted that one so bad.
wrong.
To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of the women.
Nice. Well done. All right. Well, because he did such a good job, I think it would be only fair to help everyone out to get a bonus hero point tonight, which is not going to happen.
That's like getting lobster and steak in the military. It's like, tomorrow's going to be a bad day.
So sorry, no bonus hit point, but we are going to do a change up a little bit because I think tonight's going to be the best adventure yet. And we've had someone very interested in maybe doing a bit of a recap some recent episodes. So with that in mind, let's get a recap of what happened last time from Jeremy.
The wake races through the clouds to Kanebren. On the way there, we have some internal conversations that need to be happening.
Such a letdown.
First, it's Ansgar and Galen really concerned that Baleroc isn't as bad of a dragon as he could be. There's a chance that maybe he's not acting on his own accord. They're very concerned about this whole court interaction and what that could be. While they're having this conversation, though, a letter has been written and dropped on Galen's pillow from Jericho. A real interesting letter that was half apology, half massive disappointment in the ways that Galen had been seeing Jericho. And so looking forward to seeing what's going to come out of that. But it turned into a very interesting spin from the emotional turmoil that we left Brindle in. Once we kind of got our wits all about us, we really did start sitting down and planning what's next. How do we attack Baleroc? How do we go about fighting this dragon that very few people have even encountered and survived? So we came up with a plan to recon, to at least find out where these towers were, confirm they're still standing, and figure out how to use them, hopefully without being interfered with at the prospect. If we can turn all 4 of them on at the same time, they should be stronger. It should be a stronger effect. That's what we heard from Sir Kendall, the King of Brindle. And so we talked about who was going to take it. Galen doesn't want to. He's got the sword. If anyone's going to be attacking the dragon, it should be using this power of Ansgar that we risked our lives for multiple times to try to get. So we talked about who could do it, who could handle it. What would we do with the ship? Would we use the ship? Goli wants to explode the ship. How do we get everyone involved to make it happen and work out? So we came up with our plan, recon the city, maybe use the syncrasy spell, and then attack the dragon using the wake if we have to. We landed outside of Kanebren and very stealthily snuck our way in to find that there were people still living there. This place was ruins. It had been broken down. There's buildings toppled all over the place, not nearly the glory that it once was. But people still survive. They are still living here. So it's not completely wiped out, which means there's a little hope. We even found someone who was kind of a castle guard or a wall guard who was really doing his best to keep people out and save them, because now this was not just a dragon-infested town. There were drakes here too. There was all sorts of added levels of danger that we weren't encountering or expecting to see. After Jericho had a great conversation with the castle guard, we found out that there is a resistance. And he was excited to hear that we were here to slay the dragon. Calling us the Dragon Slayers, he wanted to introduce us to the rest of his party. So he snuck us in through the walls of Kanebren, made it into the city proper, under the sewers and and underneath visibility of any of the drakes that were out there. We encountered the resistance. A resistance led by Lady Morrowind, the same Lady Morrowind that we learned of before when Lord Ansgar and Goli had been sent to Tavernry to meet with Kanebren and everybody else. So we're here. We're doing it. We're making sure that we are going to find all the information necessary to be able to fight Baleroc. The next steps were to partner up with them, use some relics that were provided and found for us and given to us by the quartermaster Uvor, previously of the Lumine Academy. And now we're going to recon the towers, find out how to turn on those keys, use the small resistance army that we've had, that we've never used before, and fight Baleroc the Underdragon. That is where the adventure begins.
The heroes are led down a damp, brick-lined tunnel by a man named Old Levine. He comes to a rusted iron door, fumbles with a huge ring of keys before opening that door and ushering the heroes through. Yeah, come on, let's go. Close it behind you. And he waits for a couple of you to get past him and then follows in. Up and to the left now and stay quiet. Lady Morrowind seems to think highly of you. Thinks you can slay this dragon. It's gonna take more than sword, and he taps on Goli's shield, and shield to slay a dragon.
Okay. We have done much to prepare. And I certainly hope we're up to that task, friend. Why do they call you Old Levine?
He looks down at the ground sad. That's what they call me? Wow. Oh.
So how old are you?
22.
It's a hard life under a dragon.
That's pretty old.
Wow. That stings. Right here. He walks underneath a grate above you, which is where the city streets are, and heavy rain is pouring down through. Several of you get dripped on as you walk through. It's been pretty crazy weather, and now you're here. And
Rain?
we had snow not so long ago. During this season. Never see it.
Since the dragon arrived?
Nah, maybe before the dragon arrived. It's not some weather-wielding dragon. Don't be stupid.
Making fun of Old Levine.
Who said that?
What do you think it takes to kill a dragon, Levine?
About 1,000 knights charging in on horses, feeding themselves to the dragon one by one till it's full and bloated. And then someone can finally skewer its fat belly, stabbing it through the heart, killing it, and then spilling night giblets all over.
Okay, so plan B, right? Plan B.
Are you a knight?
No.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, I blame the knights for all of this. The Order of the Vigilant did this. We go more to the left. The Order of the Vigilant did all this.
What makes you say that?
You weren't here.
That's why I'm asking.
I'm telling the story now.
It was back when I was young, Levine.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, there was a big commotion about the keys and the towers that you supposedly have now that I'm taking you to. There was the order said they needed to have responsibility for it. Some sort of political game is what I heard about it. Some arrogant knight said he was going to take control and it had to be their responsibility. And guess what? The Legion showed up from out of nowhere. And he was off having some sort of party or celebration and wasn't there. Gone. Legion came in and slaughtered the city, and everything went downhill from there. And I heard he died somewhere north with the keys on him, and supposedly you have them, and you're going to save us. I don't believe that.
Okay. Do you think we're going to go to a party in the city in the north?
I think you're going to end up as dragon poop.
That was not on my to-do list for today. I hope you were wrong.
Wait, Zelda, was it on your do-do list, though? I did get it.
Quiet, all of you. I'm talking.
Why?
Now I know why they call you Mean Levine.
Cranky old Levine.
Is that what they call me?
That old bastard, right?
He walks you again through this maze of tunnels. You don't see a single soul. The tunnels go on and on. You drop down through stairs. You make rights, lefts, ups, downs into cistern areas, through basements from different places have secret doors. He seems to really know the way. At one point he stops and says, "Directly above our heads, the former temple of Solene. May her eyes not see the ruin that's fell upon it." And he does a little, I don't know, whatever the cross, a big S for hope on his chest underneath as he walks along.
Yeah, an S for hope. That's good.
What a stupid idea, Tom.
Soap.
He's old Levine, isn't he?
Also dyslexic Levine.
Is that what they call me? Oh. And you guys walk for quite some time. You think he's lost at least twice, but he says, "All right, you asked to be taken to the closest tower, and here we are." And he unlocks a door, another rusted iron door. Can't get his shoulder through it. Someone's going to need to put some muscle, some big muscle. You! And he points at Jericho.
I'll slip through the gap.
No.
Then push from the other side.
Just like a sad pirate from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Goli will tackle said task and wrestle the door open.
All right.
You pull while I push.
You get the door creaking open. He says, "I'd be careful. There's lots of them little dragons up there."
We'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
Levine?
Goli pulls quietly.
Mean Gene Levine.
Levine, do you know if these dragons are connected to Baleroc in any way? Have you fought them at all? Have you injured any of them?
Are you something stupid? Why would I fight a dragon?
Maybe not
A
you
drake?
specifically, but the resistance.
Yeah, we had a couple tries. We had some mercenaries claim they were heroes who said they were going to slay the dragon. They didn't make it.
Are they poop?
They've long been pooped. Please don't write that down as a title, Derek.
Ancient poop.
He says, "So then I'm going to close this door behind and lock it,
No.
and you're going to slay a dragon?
We're gonna
Why
check
would
out
you
all
lock the door?
No one needs to come in or out of here ever again.
We-
Only death awaits on the other side." I should have opened with this.
This is news to us.
I'm definitely not going in that tower now.
Jericho slips back out.
Only
Death. Quite good.
We will need to come back this way.
Then I'll stay here
That sounds lovely.
until I hear the screaming. Oh, God damn it. Damn it. I gotta be careful.
To hear the lamentations of our women.
Till we delivered the fireball. Hear the fireball, Chief?
He closed the door. Just says Tower Indianapolis on it.
All right, well, let's head on up.
What does it look like? So on the other side of the door, is it just stairs in a room? Or?
No, it is a basement for storage. Crates, iron crates that look quite expensive are in here that haven't been used in a long time. Dusty, dirty, a lot of crap piled up against it. Yeah. And then stairs leading up and up and up and up.
Galen will take the lead on the stairs and start climbing.
Goli follows.
Okay.
Zaldor, third.
Is there room enough for Shalara in here?
Just, yes.
All right. She will maybe take up rear, but she's with us.
I picture that she glows.
Or
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
If you'd seen his face.
Is she just like white, like just in reality, or does
Yeah.
she like always have this like eminent aura around her?
She is white.
Okay.
She is white and icy appearing. And like like her scale, not her scales, but her like bits of her from her elbow look like icicles that are the spikes of the dragon, and the same thing with her spines.
But no aura. She's not glowing.
No, not
That's
as
all.
such.
As we were. In the back, white dragon.
Yes. Also, Shalara has a symbol on her head, a very distinct magical symbol that you have the same exact symbol for.
Yes.
Sounds good. Sure do.
Yep, it's in the mechanics.
for me.
All summoners have that symbol, and it even says anyone who doesn't even know what a summoner is instinctively know that there's a connection somehow between those two.
Five Guys logo.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we know what the symbol is.
Same one that Charles Manson had.
Again with the ideology Seth's trying to promote.
Eidolonology, okay?
Ideology.
Okay, you make your way up this tower. It has an air of ancient, religious kind of symbols to Solene that are on there, but again, they're very old in style. This doesn't look like it was even well used when it was in any kind of operation. People haven't been here not just since the dragon, not just since the Legion, but for quite some time. You make your way past a big iron double door that leads out to the street and continue up these stairs. And who was in the lead again? Galen. Making your way up more and more north, you pass by quarters that have beds that have been set up to be stored, so no linen or anything on them, but there's beds, empty chest of drawers, that kind of thing. It looks like it could have been a small barracks type situation, but very orderly, but very put away and stored. Some empty rooms up above with tables and desks. You're not sure their purpose. And as you get close to the top, you arrive at a trap door and you notice two different things. Number one, you hear a high-pitched dragon-like screeching just outside the trap door, maybe 20 to 60 feet away, screeching.
Are there any openings in as we're going up the tower? Are there any
No, it is quite secure. No windows. The only other entrance was that big double door several floors down. You've gone up quite a few feet. I think we said it was 80? Something like that? No, it was more than that.
Well, these are very tall towers, right? Yeah.
No, it was much more than that. Maybe a lot more than that. Maybe a lot more than that. I'm sure falling is not going to be a factor in any way whatsoever.
Never has been before.
No. We'll roll a couple D20s and multiply it by 10. But the other thing you see is a sealed metal trapdoor right above your head where the stairs go up, and the trapdoor has some dull, barely luminous runes upon it.
Do they make any sense to Ansgar?
You may make
We
a
have,
religion roll if you'd like.
passcode to get into these towers, right?
To activate.
Natural 20.
Whoa!
You recognize these as Soline runes to keep anyone from entering or exiting without the special passcode. And you
Pull the post-it note that someone put there.
password 1 exclamation points. And these are not again connected to anything with the army with the knights of the Order of the Vigilant and have been here for quite a long time.
So this isn't the one with the code word?
It is requesting a code word, yes.
Okay. When are we ready to go? There seems to be a Drake on the other side.
Sooner the better. Get you by surprise.
Are we ready now?
Yeah.
No time like the present.
Iron Cavalry.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
It's too late.
Jericho is saying something. What did you want to say?
Let's go.
We're going. I say quietly to maintain stealth.
Lord Ansgar, you said those words in the glyphs glow no more.
Hang on a second. What words did you just say?
Pickle box.
Iron Cavalry.
Okay.
They hesitate for a while and finally stop glowing.
Cavalry.
We did it too.
I'm gonna put 4 dice in my mouth and then try to say that.
Assholes.
Yeah.
That is true. But beside that,
Galen will ease the trapdoor open as quietly as possible.
Okay, you ease the trapdoor open and are hit by a little bit of rain that's coming in. There's a lot of rain out there.
Attack the rain.
Roll initiative. There's a lot of rain, but just a little bit's coming in. There's a little bit of gusts of wind. You are, we shall say, about 200 feet up in a ridiculously tall tower. This is definitely
Magic
a
number
high
for killing
fantasy
a dwarf.
over-the-top tower. And I need a question we will ask of Hemlock.
Yep.
Which tower did Old Levine take you to? The north, the south, the east, or the west?
The west.
The west was the closest from where you guys were at. Okay. Galen, you were cracking it open a bit?
Yes, just enough to kind of see through and see what's... I'm trying to get the lay of the land on the other side of
All
the
right,
front door.
you crack it open and you see 6 aliens coming your way and drop down and fire your pulse rifle. You crack it open. You said west.
Game over, man.
For west, you see there is a tower and a couple of wind blowing. You can't see much of anything. Let me see where you're at. You can't see much of anything, and you cannot see any creature of any kind. Make a perception roll. Make a perception roll 26.
27.
Okay.
Nice.
You do hear a little bit of a guttural, I don't know, I'm kind of picturing like some strange little velociraptor ambient style type noise of a creature on the other side of where your hinge is at, but probably maybe 40, 50 feet away.
Okay.
It's further away than I thought he was going to say.
Galen turns around to everybody who I assume is still kind of on the stairs leading up to this trap door and motions for them to be quiet and then goes 1, 2,
I have a spell for that.
3 and bursts the door open and charges out.
Okay.
Goli files suit quickly.
And
Follows.
we'll run straight toward the
should
sound
call Galen instead.
that he heard.
No.
All right.
Right off the edge of the tower. Was it Ring of Fire?
Runs up.
That's what I'm thinking of. Ring of Fire, right? Matthew McConaughey with the big double axe.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I've got to see that movie now.
Is the most over the top Matthew McConaughey has ever been, and that is saying something.
Is that? I don't know. That's
All
Even
right.
more
A
than
lot of
Interstellar.
That's dragons in England, isn't it?
We're on
Yeah.
the West Tower. Derek, you can zoom into that.
That's a combat map.
That's the north.
You noticed.
Oh man, the background is
They're
cool.
not that far apart. This is gonna be easy to get to each
boy.
one.
Dragon's right in the middle.
What is taking so long? What happened?
Did we pick the North Tower instead?
We picked the West Tower.
Does the map say that we picked the North Tower?
Nope.
Why
it's
are you
over
so
there on the
excited
west.
about the West Tower?
Did we say it was the
Oh, I wasn't. Those
mouse?
arbitrary.
Never figured it out.
See, in my
All right,
mind,
he's
life
got it.
is
He's got it.
gambling,
Yeah.
and just how much money would I put on the tower?
Manual effort. All right, we have a situation where heroes are piling out of a trap door. There's another spire that does rise up behind you.
Oh, I thought it was a giant pine cone.
You're in a tower that's about 50 feet by 50 feet. You guys are coming out the south side of this middle of the tower, if you will, and on the far north edge is an enraged frost drake. We have initiative going on, and the drake will go last no matter what happens.
So this is completely open to the air. This is not an enclosed space.
Absolutely correct.
And all
Big
the
flat
other
roof with a
drakes.
gem on top.
With a what?
The crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal on top.
I like the
Okay.
idea of a white Shalara Eidolon battling a
Dark.
ice drake, and the rest of us just with popcorn on the side, like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, go!
Woo!
Get it!
You got it!
You go, girl.
Go, girl.
All right. It is. I guess I don't have to have Shalara on an initiative. She follows you.
That is what?
All right. First up, as everyone piles out, we will actually let
Oh,
Galen
really?
go first since he was the first one out there.
Cheated of being first. First time ever.
First time ever you've been cheated?
And
No.
just for case in point, I believe Shalara is bigger than that.
No, we've got her set up right.
Oh, okay.
She's only large.
I thought she was 3
For
by 3.
now.
Yeah.
I thought she was 3 by 3.
She can be.
It's your dragon.
For you, baby.
Oh.
All right, before
I'm
that
not a
goes any
side swing.
further,
Okay.
Baby dwarf dragons.
can we see through this structure in the middle of the tower top? Is that where the
You cannot.
Crystal?
You
Okay,
cannot
it's-
see it,
it's
but you
solid.
know it's there. Yeah.
Okay. Can I see the dragon from where I stand?
That's up to Derek to tell you.
The drake, sorry. Okay. First action then is going to be exploit vulnerability. Looking to gain an advantage. So I will seek to understand this creature and we'll roll. Is this a dragon?
It is a frost drake.
It is a frost drake, which clearly means it has the trait of dragon.
Great. All right. So that is 24, 31, 35. 35 on my exploit vulnerability roll.
Is a critical success.
Great.
Yay.
I would like to know everything about
What
this
do you
creature.
get to know about this dragon?
So on criticals, I think I actually get to learn their weaknesses and resistances.
Any immunities?
I believe I also get that as well. Yes.
If I do it.
Birthday?
Favorite color.
Yep. Resistance, weaknesses, and immunities. Okay. For the enraged frost drake, it is immune to cold, paralyzed, and sleep. And it has resistance to nothing. And it has weakness to fire 10. So any point of damage will add 10 more if it's fire.
And with that, you see Galen's sword giving off
Fireball.
a very warm, almost fiery glow. And he turns to Zaldor and says, "You've heard me say this before. Kill it with fire."
Ooh, that didn't work out last time. But for
I'm
you,
sure it'll be
Galen.
better.
Jericho breaks out a piece of parchment.
Starts writing the letter now. I got feelings.
Dear Saldor, wizard of the fucking fire.
Letters get longer and longer.
All right, that's one. Then what's the distance between me and the dragon? Drake, please. 50 feet.
Both are valid questions, oddly enough.
Yeah. We are going to move to the front edge of that. Yeah, right there. Right about there. Maybe just one more to the right, just right in front of my friend. Is that Goli there? Yes, right in front of Goli. And then we will actually put me back where I was.
So now you're behind
Scratch all
Goli.
that.
I'm right behind Goli.
So Goli between you and the Frost Drake.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Galen's voice takes on this like kind of guttural, almost otherworldly tone, and you hear him utter, "You will fear the destroyers of Hexton's hell." And he casts Disturbing Knowledge. So this is a will save against my occultism roll to fear this creature.
Ooh, fun. So it's making a will save.
Yep.
It has rolled a glorious 27.
Okay. So I have a plus 18 on this roll and rolled an.
No, it makes the roll.
Oh, okay.
What is your spell? Your class DC?
Are you sure that's how this one works? Because it literally says I roll my occultism.
Well, let's take a look. Attempt to versus. No, you're making a roll against its will DC.
Yeah.
Go for it.
36.
Oh, that's a critical success.
Great.
Hey.
So on a crit, it is confused and frightened 1.
Ooh.
Wow. That's huge.
It's great.
Confused, frightened 1. One issue. You're gonna have to have line of effect, and you can't see through this thing. So you're gonna need to be like over in this angle to do that.
I thought Derek told me I could see it from where I was.
There's no wall set up for here. I try to make
Derek
it easy for
lied
Derek.
to you
Oh. Well, then I can't do that.
because it takes all 3 actions.
It's 2 actions. So I did the exploit vulnerability
Ew.
and then that.
All right.
So do that same thing to Zaldor.
Right.
Starts fireballing everyone point blank.
All right. So we'll just say that I stepped to how far west do I need to go to get with line of sight? Right there?
I mean, yeah.
See, I was trying to be nice for Derek.
Is it 5 feet?
How
That's 10
about
feet.
Oh, look at that Fogware. Nice. Nope.
Nope. Looks like I can see it.
Yeah.
how about that?
Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So then we'll do
Sure.
The
You can't
Achilles
just
wing.
lean to the left and do it.
so we did the exploit vulnerability, so we've got that. Kill it with fire. And then instead we will do since I can see it, I will draw its attention by speaking to it in Draconic. It does not have to understand me, and instead we will do an intimidating glare
Okay.
to demoralize it.
You just stare at its wing.
All right, intimidating glare. So that is literally just an intimidation roll. That's not nearly as good. That is a 20. What is that? Is that a 9 or 6? That's a 9. So that's a 20. 23.
Is a fail.
Okay, that's
okay,
it.
you try. Whom would you say amongst you is the most keen-eyed, keeping an eye on things in this situation? I have a finger being pointed at Hemlock.
At Hemlock? For
And a few eyes went that way as well.
yeah.
Hemlock, other than yourself, who would be the second most keen-eyed, keeping an eye on things for the group?
Probably Ansgar.
Lord
Oh,
Ansgar.
Wow.
Just so you know, as
You're
everyone's
a confused old man. I mean, I love Zaldor, but
As everyone's dealing with this Drake on the north side of this tower with a huge drop on all 4 sides, you see on the northeast side is a crystal device. It is a big brass-mounted machine with a large, tall crystal, not unlike the size of the source from before. It's a golden orange and emanating a magical aura around it, and you're sure that is a key element of the situation here.
Don't fireball it. Is that what I just heard you say out loud?
I didn't
Reading
say
between
that.
lines?
However, there's a more keen-eyed observer in the group, and that is Hemlock has been decided. And Hemlock, you can see far, far away a tower to the southeast, northeast, and east.
Okay.
Because you guys are on the west side. So we have 4 towers in the city relationship, north, south, east, west. You do see these 4 towers. They are quite some distance, about a mile, mile and a half apart from each, but they are so ginormously tall and magically reinforced that they stand out above all else. But you do see those, and maybe even the tiniest little glimmer of a little orange light on some of those as well.
Some of those or all of those? All of those?
Dragons?
Some of those?
Drakes?
It's far away.
Icy?
Damn it.
Dark drakes?
Far away. All right. Next up is Lord Ansgar, the Observant.
Ansgar the Observant shall send Shalara forward. She will go, what's 30 feet give us?
Oh, that makes me Goli there.
Let's do 25, because I think that's actually the movement. And then 25 more towards the dragon.
That gets you right to it, I think.
Yep.
Hello.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Is there no way?
Yeah, you could have gotten there, I think.
Perfect. And then she will do an ability called...
Shalara charges across the rooftop.
And she seems quite angered by this creature for some reason, and she goes into a frenzy. And so she makes 1 strike with the primary unarmed attack and 2 strikes with the secondary unarmed attack in any order. If any of these critically hit, the Eidolon instantly recovers the use of the breath weapon. But she hasn't used the breath weapon, but we're going for the triple attack. This is our primary. That is going to be a 34 to hit.
Nice.
Is a hit.
And then attack 2.
And stop there and do the damage there.
Okay. I'm not going to roll the cold damage because it's 1d6. I'm not going to be able to get through it. That was a 19. So 3, 5, 6, 10 plus 6, 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage, and as the enraged frost drake is hit, it enragedly does retaliatory strike.
Okay.
A creature within reach of its tail successfully damages it. It lashes out with possible bonus damage, and this is its reaction.
Okay.
This was a tail strike, 33 to hit.
That will hit.
And it hits with a bonus d6, not a ton. Oh my goodness, 15 points of pure bludgeoning slaps. Right. Shalara, continue.
Attack 2, 19 plus 16, 35
is a hit.
And so that's a 1d6. 1, 2, 3. So that would be 6, 10, 15 points of damage again.
Okay.
And one final attack is going to be a 16.
A miss.
All right, and we are done.
All right, so we have Hemlock.
Is the drake in midair or is it on
It's perched
feet?
on the edge of the tower.
Perfect. Where does 10 feet to the west get me? Can I see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It would
Just
have
the edge.
standard cover, plus 2 to AC.
Okay, then move me 5 more feet directly west.
There it is.
And I am going to those 10 paces, quick draw, and I'm gonna do a twin shot here.
Double shot.
A natural 20.
Ooh. Yes.
And then a 19. So a crit, and then
This is arguably the best attack he's ever done.
Yeah.
done.
Then a
Chris can't even believe what he's seeing next to
42.
him.
No, 42.
A 42 to hit?
Yeah.
That's not a critical rolled?
I rolled a
19.
20,
That's
which
the
is a crit,
non-critical.
and then a 19 plus 23.
Holy moly. That's double criticals. What does the twin shot do?
Well, it's going to be a twin shot knockdown, so it's going to knock it prone.
Okay.
And then it's going to do a shit ton of damage. I'll take the cold out.
God. If both strikes are successful, the target is knocked prone.
Oof, this terrible roll on that one.
107.
So 35 points of damage, 5 of that being fire.
So 10 more for 45 points of damage.
That's
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
3 minutes later.
42
60.
56 points, with 2 of that being fire.
So
66.
66.
Fire. It had 59 remaining.
66.
With the 56 plus 10 is 66. You obliterate the creature.
How much total damage?
Seth, could you please describe this situation?
107.
Well, the first shot takes its knee out, so it flops down to the ground, and then I just take the head off. Just like...
And then its children also walk by and witness the.
The headless creature silently tips backwards and falls 200
Shalara
feet.
would grab it if she can
She can.
and snap its neck as
The
well.
bodiless head falls 200 feet with a splat on the ground down below. Shalara brings the dead corpse on top of the roof.
I think this fight's gonna be pretty easy.
All right, yeah. I'll wait here with the key. You guys go on. I'll be all set to go.
Nice shot, bud. Woo. Galen quickly looks to see if there's been any reaction from the other towers.
You look around, it's far distance. The creature didn't get off much of a sound at all.
Ansgar's checking out the crystal.
Okay, you head over to the crystal. It is relatively clean. There is a bit of a field of energy around it. As you approach it, you see the rain is hitting and then sliding off like a slightly translucent golden force field.
Back 5 more feet, please.
It could be considered slightly spherical in nature.
Okay.
The middle spire, is there a door in there, or is there any way to get into that part? Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Hemlock will check that out.
Okay. You head inside. Inside, you see there is a small little lockbox, and then there is a tarp over some strange little contraption.
Cool. What's under the tarp?
You lift off this old little cloth tarp, and inside you see a simplistic to our modern times, but quite cool in their times, telescope mounted on a tripod.
Okay,
Has up to 2 times magnification.
perfect. And it's like mounted there, or is it something
No,
we could take?
On a tripod.
Oh,
Is it currently pointed in a specific direction?
Right into the rafters of this little mini tower.
Look at some other
Yeah.
towers.
I will take that out onto the deck and start looking at the other towers.
Okay.
Is it a Newtonian telescope?
Yes.
I remove all limbs.
Is there a place where one of the keys that we have would slot into this crystal?
Yes, you can see a slot. There is a keyhole in a flat brass base where this large crystal is attached to.
Do we have any way to tell which key goes to which tower? 4 keys, 4
That's a
towers.
great question.
Are all the keys identical except for the one that needed charged?
Yes.
I believe that
physically.
they are all going to be the same except for the one that needs to be.
There's no like
charged.
markings on them or runes.
Ansgar
names.
shows them, and anybody wants to look at them. We're looking for any
markings
runes,
or
markings.
anything on might
They
differentiate them?
Physically identical.
One doesn't
Goli-
say N, the other one doesn't say W. Cool.
Goli
S-
wishes to use a cantrip of detect metal.
Okay. What the hell does that do?
It detects
Detect
metal.
metal.
As advertised, sir.
But it tells me the quality of the metal, tells me the type of metal. I'm checking to see if there are differences between the two. 4. 6 keys.
It can detect if there's an illusion. Oh, there it is. Heightened. You can discern all types of metal you detected. Okay.
Thumbs up to make up the metal diversity of these.
Oh, yeah,
games.
let me go back to that history. Yeah, with a cantrip, you determine that it is. I'm just going to say a magically reinforced brass key.
Best I can determine it's magical and made of brass.
And you think it's the same for each of them, except one is giving you less of a vibe of magic than the others.
Right, yeah.
Saldo, did you ever figure out what we have to do with that last the key that needs a little extra zippy zappy magic?
Yeah, I need to spend a little bit more time with it. Can I do an arcane check to determine?
We've had these
how to
keys
charge
for a
these
week,
keys?
and we're just figuring this
A
out
week?
now.
It's been a day. I've been flying the ship the whole time. Did you get us here? I don't think so. Hemlock helped a little bit,
Silently
but other than
falling
that,
200
it was
feet.
the captain of the wing.
Shalara throws
Flourish.
himself off the bridge.
Right before he watermelons on the ground.
I'll take that as a no.
What were you trying to accomplish, Zaldor?
To determine what it would take to charge the key. If that's an arcane check to determine how to infuse it with more magic, or
You just have to channel a spell.
use a spell
through
or
it.
My
something into
understanding was a cantrip cast into it.
That is correct.
Is it a particular cantrip, or is it just spelling a
Magical
cantrip?
energy.
Okay.
Can we not just do that now?
Give a shot, sure.
Okay.
Wait, no. We've waited this long. Now is not the time to. It's, as I remember, in the instructions that we were given, it felt like it would only charge it for a short time. So we know that it will be effective at least once, but we don't know beyond that. We know how to charge it. We should wait until we are ready. And we are not currently ready to turn this key.
Hey, you notice anything over there, Hemlock?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the other towers through the telescope.
Okay, you can see the other towers, and they all have slightly different tops to them. Like this has this small little mini tower on top. They all have a slight variation. One has like a little mini hanging garden thing. Another has some sort of construction type thing. They all have a drake perched on them. One of them has 2 drakes perched on them.
Which one has 2 drakes?
That would be the opposite side, the east side.
And is that the one with the garden or the construction?
That is the one with the construction.
Okay.
Hey, Hemlock, while you're looking, these things in the corner that got the magic-y stuff on them, one of them might look kind of different than the other 3. I don't know if it does, but one might.
You said some of them before Hemlock could see it, some of them had that same orange glow. Do they all have that glow?
Yes, absolutely. You see the same contraption of the crystal mounted to brass, and they all have that golden.
Does one of the crystals look different than the rest
Nope.
of them?
They all have the golden little force field on them.
Okay.
So I wonder if when we zippy zap the key, it's the same as the other 3.
That's good news. I would be concerned if one of the crystals was destroyed and that affected the magic of the key.
Well, then we just go kill the dragon. That would actually make things super simple.
Speaking of Ansgar, can you point out the Queen's Tower from here?
I would assume that's more center.
Yep.
Yeah, so points to the center between the towers.
There's
What
a
do you see, Hemlock?
I don't know. Take a look.
Can you see the dragon?
And I relinquish the use of the telescope to Galen, and then Hemlock goes back to check out that lockbox.
All right. And Galen is somehow doing some wacky looking through the wrong end. His eyes really big somehow.
You left
He like does
black
the
on one end of it. Now I've got a circle.
the Prince of Thieves thing. He's trying to stab the dragon.
All right, Galen, you are looking through the telescope, and in the center area, you see the Queen's Palace, a glorious, majestic structure with dozens of spires that are all now in shambles and ruins. There's just debris all over the place. You can barely make out any castle walls. You can see an interior courtyard style of some walls and rubble. It's like a big mound, almost like there was some eruption of cobblestone and bricks that just went out and an anthill of bricks type thing. But this is where a dragon has just intentionally laid waste and then laid to probably rest as well in its nest type environment. You may make a perception roll with a DC equal to the number of 33. No, 32.
No, 31. No.
Do I hear 32?
That's a 33, sir.
Whoa!
Yeah, nice.
I think I said 34 to start with. You see there are...
Do we know the reason for these deductions and the difficulty?
No. That's just me. I'm double checking the numbers.
All
right. You see there are 3 dragon-like creatures that scurry about that rubble of the Queen's castle. They say perch, they bite at one another. You see just 2. After a while, one disappears. Then it reappears, but no, now there's 3.
Do they look like the Drake we just killed?
They do.
The dragon's not alone if he's in that tower.
Well, these, I didn't even see this one. Just that head that's left. That that the ice that your pet has. I didn't. You guys killed it so fast.
There's at least 3 more with the dragon in the Queen's Palace, plus the ones on top of these rooms.
There's some on each of the spires, or each of the towers as well.
So
We need to get moving.
we do.
We should probably hurry though.
Yes.
Who's staying here?
I'll stay here.
Our healer.
It'll make the adventure interesting.
Do we have to leave anyone behind?
Well, somebody has to activate it.
And
This
we
was
have to
simply
set the timer.
reconnaissance. The fact that we encountered a dragon, destroyed it, is probably a good thing. But we're intending to look and confirm all of the towers. So
They all have this same keyway or orb on them.
yes, and as you just stated, they also all have drakes.
By
By the time we get to the last one, there would be 3 of us left.
So what we can do
it only took
is all travel
2 of
together
us to take this one out.
through the 3 towers, and then by the time we get to the 4th, the three people can spread to go back to the other towers. So we stay together until we're headed to the final tower.
That's a lot of time to go by.
Well, we have to travel to the towers anyways. So traveling
Not
back,
if you leave
I like
one.
that idea. No, because that doesn't change the timing at all.
If you,
no, it does not.
It doesn't change the timing at all.
it would.
Not if math is involved.
Not if.
Because we can't trigger anything until we hit the 4th tower. So we do
Right.
1, 2, 3 as we head back towards the 4th tower. 3 people, 1 person stays. The other 2 go to the other tower. We hit the 4th tower. By the time we're at the 4th tower, the 3 people have returned to the other towers, and we have sped the whole process up. Other than this bullshit talking that we're doing right now, in order.
He's your master. Just obey him.
see.
Jimmy,
I am no
Cricket.
master of a man,
Don't you ever listen?
Jericho. I am no master of anyone.
I do see
Lord.
why you are
He's your
Lord,
Lord.
now. You're Lord Project Manager.
project manager.
Lord Time Management. So, and I would vote we go to the East Tower next and deal with the 2 dragons together,
Oh, and
at the
then-
very least.
Well, because that way we're coming, our 3rd one's closer to here and we can get to all of them. That's a pretty good idea. Let's
Yes.
All right. Jericho starts heading down the stairs.
So explain to me the time savings concept.
You ready? We're at Tower A.
Yes.
We all go to Tower B.
Okay.
We all go to Tower C.
Uh-huh.
Once we complete Tower C, from Tower C, whichever one that is, we then scatter one person to Tower A to activate, one person to Tower B to activate, one person stays at Tower C to activate.
Okay.
That leaves 3 people to go to the last tower, Tower D, to defeat the last Drake there and activate.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, I thought that was super smart.
And well described.
Voice in the sky.
All right, and I have a note here to hand out a hero point. We will have Thonwill, our audience member who's with us, tell me who's going to earn a hero point. Lord Ansgar
What a
has been
good
selected
plan.
by Thonwill.
I
Fantastic.
appreciate your support in the plan.
All right, the heroes all
Lockbox, please.
lockbox.
Just trying to get us right out of there.
Sorry about that. Lockbox.
He's sticking his head out of the tower. Yeah, great plan, guys. Fiddle.
Whatever you say. Lockbox. Inside, you find a lockbox that has some moldy looking star charts that disintegrate as you touch them. And there is 170 gold pieces of value that have been stored in there.
Keep my 20 from the.
Okay.
Chris, how did we do? How long was the recap?
Like 30
23
minutes.
minutes.
That's all?
Jeez.
No, that was super
For
good.
anybody listening, we all bet on how long the full breadth recap is going to take, and we bet gold on how
Most of
long
us
Saldor rambled away on the last thing.
And who won?
Jericho did.
With what number?
14.
14
So
minutes and
way
45
underestimated.
seconds was the longest that they ever did.
18 months worth of episodes, dudes.
Yeah, we're dumb.
All right.
We're heading to the East Tower where there be 2 drakes.
Heading to the East Tower.
Hemlock will collect the telescope too.
Okay.
And the gold.
Do you have a
And
way
the gold.
to hold that?
Wait, we're not gonna hit one of the other towers on the way. We're going straight to the east one.
Yes.
I mean, if it's quicker,
Well, that one's got the 2, so we don't lose any people. It's got the 2 Drakes on it.
Just
And
but
then-
we won't lose anybody until after
Yeah.
that tower. I was
After
just
that tower.
thinking because it was like
Pythagorean theorem, dude. Nearest
All right,
tower.
we want our last stop to be short.
so.
We want the 3 of us to
It's
make
4
short
points, not 3.
Sewer lines don't follow straight line logic.
ones. Yeah, we're doing a square.
So
not
what's the
triangle.
next closest tower to the west tower?
north or south.
North
North or south?
Me
All right.
know? Only me!
All right. So let's do north and then east and then south. Does that
Yeah.
sound good?
Which one is the furthest from the Queen's Palace?
They're equidistant.
Okay, great.
Okay, north.
And
We're going
what
north
is the
tower.
distance that they are from the Queen's Tower? No,
Oh.
because this is going to be
Roughly.
relevant.
It's good to know.
Three quarters of a mile. If
Oh,
it's
God.
a mile and a half between each one.
How many rounds is that? at a full
Depends on your
at a
speed.
full run.
So divide 75 feet by 3/4 of a mile. That's 5,000 divided by 3/5. That's 25 divided by 3, right?
I don't know.
16.
There's a lot of
and
division in
change.
that.
So 1,600? No, that doesn't make sense.
16 rounds.
It's not divided, it's multiplied. So you're 75 feet into...
Well, what's the question we're trying to
ask?
ask?
3,000 feet.
How far
I think
away
we
are
got-
the tower?
What's 75%
How many
of
rounds?
5,000 feet?
Hey Siri, what's 75% of a mile?
3,500 divided by 75.
Divided by 75.
What's
yeah.
75% of a mile?
I got that. Whoa, look at that. Brought me up. So.
It's at least
5, 2,
4,000.
8,
It's at
1,200
least 4,000.
meters.
70.
How many feet?
1,200 meters.
3,696 feet.
Divide that by 75.
Divided by 75 equals 49.
It's called 50.
49. So 50
49
rounds of
sprinting.
continually going at all times.
Oh, God.
Cool. So when we activate it, we just need 50 rounds to get to the middle there.
Or we send 2 people to the last tower and Galen to the middle.
Or just one person in the last tower.
Or the dragon will close the distance and
Yeah.
find a tower and destroy who's ever on it.
immediately heard, I will close the distance.
The heroes leave this tower, join old Levine, and head out and have him take them to the north tower in the city of Kanebren. And we will pause there for a break, and we'll be right back and see what happens next. And we are back from break. Our heroes are making their way underground, underneath the city of Kanebren, being led by old Levine. Someone in chat did correctly guess his first name, Avril. And you guys are making your way there. As you do so, two things happen. One you notice, one you just feel. You notice as you are making your way underneath more drains, more dripping rain, and you hear more than one screeching sound flying overhead as you're making your way through. And the second thing you feel is with this wonderful methodical approach to these different towers, some would say mathematical, some would say overly tedious, you gain a tension die to the pool, which takes us to 5. It's been a while since we've used that. 5 tension dice in the tension pool.
We should probably stop and have a long conversation.
Yeah.
So we get that last one.
You guys reach another tower. Old man Levine opens it up and throws his shoulder through.
I'll go through and push.
Okay. It opens with ease. And you all go through. He closes the door with a big slam behind you.
Do not lock it.
You hear it unlock.
Oh.
And you guys make your way up. It's very similar to the last. This one has some damage on one of the walls halfway up. There's a gap of maybe a bus could fit through with some damage, but you make your way up to the top where there's another locked trap door.
Second verse, same as the first.
Why not?
Up and through.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Boom.
You folks make your way through, and this comes out on a small, poorly constructed add-on of a wooden tower that sticks up maybe just 10 more feet on top of this huge flat base of a monstrous 200-foot tower. You are on the north side of this tower. Just to the northwest, maybe 15, 20 feet away, is another one of these crystal devices with a glowing orange field to it. As you come out, there is a enraged frost drake flying through the air to the east and sees you and screeches and flies towards you aggressively. Initiative has already been rolled. However, who was the most generally keen person in the group, we decided? Hemlock. Hemlock, you may make a perception roll 27.
To 33.
33.
Ooh.
You see as you pop up the creature to the east of your tower, maybe 50, 60 feet, swooping in, 60 feet. You also see at the tower far away that you came from, there are 3 more of these drakes that are perched upon it, walking around the top of that tower.
Awesome.
That is what you see. First up is Jericho with a 36 on the initiative.
All right. Jericho.
One drake to the east, 50 feet, about 30 feet out into open air.
Just seeing all of his friends right where they're at, Jericho is going to do a lingering composition into a courageous anthem to give his friends a little bit of hope. So I'm going to be rolling a performance on my little lingering composition in order to make it last a little bit extra long right here. I'm just going to get a standard length on that of with the lingering on there.
Okay.
So it lasts 3 rounds, and then it's going to go into a courageous anthem, which is going to give all of my compatriots +1 to your attack rolls, +1 to your damage rolls, and also a +1 to your saves versus fear. So that's going to be my first action. For my second action, I'm going to call out to that thing and just kind of yell at it because I don't like it. And I'm just going to go say that you're never going to be half the Drake that your mother is. As I bon mot the Drake.
Okay.
Trying to lower its its will saves with the bon mot. It's a diplomacy 23.
And what language are you using?
I'm just throwing that out in common.
Okay. Diplomacy.
I'm hoping it's a smart Drake.
Go for
Shares
it.
common language with me.
Make the roll.
It's a okay, yeah. I will do that. Natural 20.
Woo!
That'd be a 43.
All right. The creature does not react in any way.
That's super good then. All right, he is messed up. Does he just drop out of the sky dead?
No.
And then I am going to move around to the northwest, as in, see those barrels? I tuck between the two of them.
All right.
It's called hiding.
Betwixt the barrels. And gnome betwixt the barrels.
Galen, you're up.
Exploit vulnerability. The mortal weakness. It says that it applies to any creature with the same weakness, but I believe that means I have to have been able to see the creature when I first cast it. Is that correct?
I don't necessarily know about that. Mortal weakness. Your unarmed weapon strikes activate. The damage affects the target as well as any other creature of the exact same type, but no other creature with the same weakness. I think you've kind of got a lock on it. It's just how long does this last is the question.
I mean, from my reading, it's until I reapply it.
I say it's good to go.
All right. Then we are going to once again attempt to intimidate this dragon by giving it a healthy glare. And that's not going to work. I rolled a 3. So that would be a 20. So I'm assuming that fails.
It ignores you as it does the bon mot.
Okay. And how far away is it from me?
60,
Okay. Then
50, 55.
55. We are going to strike at it. So with the glowing sword, you see it come up like from down below and strike this arc through the air, and that arc shoots forward towards the dragon and attempts to hit it where it is. So we will do that, and yeah, we'll do that. That would be that's going to be close. That's a 28.
28 to hit
28 to hit.
is a hit.
Then it's going to do
29.
Oh, 29 to hit. Thank you very much.
You still hit.
Yeah, so I rolled a whole bunch of ones here. This is bad. But that's 2, 4, 6 plus 8 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and all of that's fire damage.
Point of order?
Yeah.
Just a question, because it's been a while, and people are rolling a lot of dice now more than they used to. Courageous Anthem says you gain a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls. Is that a +1 to each of those die? Or
No,
just a +1 overall to the
+1
dice
overall.
pool?
Yeah, the group's damage rolls, but
you.
not individual. All right, so I did that with fire damage. The sword extends out and lashes out.
And that's it. That's 3 actions.
Okay, we have Hemlock.
Hemlock, you'll use his 10 paces to go to the east, to be within 60 feet of that duder. And we'll again, it worked pretty well last time. We'll do the twin shot knockdown.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. A 41 and a 43.
That's 2 critical hits.
What the hell? You gonna make him roll that?
No. Well, maybe.
The gunslinger
Just
we've
for
always wanted him
shits
to be.
and giggles. Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. It has 107 hit points remaining.
Yeah, it's for shits and giggles.
Okay.
So that's overclocking his brain.
Yep.
60.
59, 4 of that being fire.
+1.
60,
60
4 of
with
that
fire,
being fire.
is 70.
That's for the first hit.
Insane. There's 37 hit points remaining. Does it have a chance?
It does, because I just rolled shitty.
You're saying there's a chance. He's just shaking his head.
It's done.
Nope.
37 points is the target number. And then,
then yes.
oh, it was about to take its turn. You may describe what happens as it's flying
So
over
it's a
there.
twin shot knockdown again, so I'm aiming for one of its wings. And so I take out the wing. The right wing just obliterates.
Can we then-
And it goes like spinning down.
No, it comes at you like the TIE fighter.
Perfect.
But lands just short.
Just short, yeah. It skids
I don't
and stops right in front of me.
Okay, done. That Drake is obliterated. Well,
Told you, this was easy. This is going to be so easy.
Our last tower looks less easy now.
It sure does. Do you have anything, Wizard? Zaldor, do you have any Captain, rather? Do you have anything that might reach close to that tower? To maybe bring them over here?
Fireball, perhaps.
I do have a fireball. However, they don't fire that distance. I can certainly get it out about 500 feet from here.
Okay.
Perhaps draw their attention towards us, but it wouldn't hit them at all if they choose to be bothered by it.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it. Because it could bring other unwanted attention.
I could extend the range to 530 feet.
It's not enough.
No,
I mean, I could try to get them over here, but I don't know if it would just get. There's no way to say it's just going to be them.
Yeah, it could be a whole bunch.
But I mean, you get.
But these are pretty. These are just pretty weak.
I mean, I can make some noise.
Yeah.
It might bring some friends over here.
But if we get them all here and they are dead, we can then
Yeah,
spread to the towers and do what needs done.
but it might bring the big one.
Well, then we just go downstairs.
Oh,
One way or another.
All right.
What are we
I don't
doing?
know. Jared, are we making some noise?
Well, your
Bum.
pistols make quite a bit of noise, don't they?
Is
if it
there?
hasn't drawn them over here yet, I don't know if
It's
it
about to
will.
be Samuel L. Jackson by a shark from behind.
I mean, somebody has a horn of blasting. I bet that's pretty loud.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that we activate the crystals without defeating the drakes first? These trapdoors are sealed. They certainly can't get in. And if we know when we're ready to use the keys, springing ourselves out of the trapdoors, as we've so brilliantly done twice now with Galen, we might be able to rush to the towers, activate the keys simultaneously, and perhaps then they will be weakened enough, or we rush back down.
That's
All right, that's option 2. Call them over here, blow them up, or sneaky McGee thingy.
Can we do some more math?
I go for I go for the stealth
Okay.
route for sure, because we don't want to fight. I mean, as easy as these little guys are, we don't want to fight the big one without weakening it as much as we can, right? I've never fought a dragon, but I've heard tales.
Why don't I stay here? Because I'm not a good fighter guy.
So, Golly, that would leave it to you then. If we are attempting to sync ourselves up to use the keys now, rather than fighting off the drakes one tower at a time, watching them replenish with more drakes, how does your spell work that we could all be on the same page together?
You've seen an hourglass.
I have.
Works the same way.
How long did it take us to get from West Tower to North Tower? Rough.
Okay, so how many feet are between?
Yes!
Jocelyn! She's in the audience clutching her head like Picard.
Well, I mean, it's just because we'd have to figure out how long to set the the Goli timer for?
Yeah, just
Say it took half an hour.
sure. Meandering through the tunnels is going to take a while.
So we set the timer for an hour because the southern one's pretty far from here. Whoever's going there is going to need extra time.
Is that how it works? You can just select.
Set a time, yes. Not an event. A time.
Maybe
1 hour from now.
Let's do it.
2 hours from now. A week from now. This spell does it all. And in 4 different languages.
He sets a time. He sets a power level. Has popcorn button.
As this is all happening, Hemlock wants to go to the southeast
Lockbox.
corner there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And check around that like ramshackle construction.
Yeah, it's actually some scaffolding that's only partially constructed. That you don't know what they were trying to build, but has steps up, and you're even higher above the damaged city than you've ever been before.
There's no telescope around.
There's one he's holding on to, Hemlock.
Yep.
So should we go?
A la Jack Black from the King Kong movies.
And like that's
picturing
not there's not another
Thanks for
another spire, right? Like where we came out of. That's just the door.
No, it's Shalara's tokens. It's like a little ramshackle impromptu.
And there's like
wooden
nothing.
structure.
There's not another telescope or
Nope.
anything else. Okay.
So what if I stay here? Who wants to take the east one's got the 3 drakes right now?
I think several of us should go.
The
to
west one
east
is the one with
Oh,
the
the
west
west
drakes.
one.
The east one has 2 drakes, and the
Maybe
one
the
to the
dwarves.
south.
Maybe the dwarves should take that one.
We
That
could.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you're
Oh, look at me. Last time I got chewed out for making a suggestion.
And you're fast.
Well, we're going to
You're
go with
fast.
3
Why don't you take
towers,
the
and then
south
we're going
one?
to...
I can go to the south one.
And then you can, Galen, you take the east one,
Golly, the bitchy.
and maybe Zaldor can go with you.
That works.
I can do that. And you'll stay hidden here.
I'll hide here.
Yeah.
And I'll just pop out when it's
Because
time.
if more drakes come, I don't want you out in the open.
No. I'm a hider.
So am I weaving a spell of timeliness?
Yeah, 1 hour.
Yes,
I was gonna say
please.
1 hour.
Give us an hour and a
One
half.
spell being
An hour
cast.
and a half.
We can
Half,
confirm with
please.
An hour and a half.
90 minutes.
Dude,
Let's confirm with Levine real quick to determine if there's any
Nope.
tricky
Let's just make a
distances.
choice and go.
It's never failed us before.
'Cause he's way downstairs. I don't want to talk to him. He's weird.
What's the name of that? Synchronize?
synchronize.
Synchronize. Touch. Up to 5 willing creatures. Last 24 hours. You place your magic sigil on your targets. You set a duration, at which point the sigil flashes dimly 3 times.
I'd like it right
Down to the second.
I'd like it right here.
It can also be heightened.
The spell can target up to 20 willing creatures.
There we go.
Or half an unwilling one.
Well, you and I are going to be
Just
together.
a
It's
bitchy one.
blinking.
All right. Does that sound like a plan? 90 minutes?
Does Levine confirm?
You are upstairs. You're going downstairs
Let's-
after.
Let's confirm our distance. There might be something we don't know.
You head downstairs. Levine hears the plan and says, "All right, but I need this key back. It's very important." And he holds out the key to whoever's going to the south tower and says, "If you're going back, don't forget to avoid that bridge we crossed. And if you're going south," and he starts giving different directions to whoever's going south.
That's
"and then
a
I'll
lot.
take you to the east."
But we only have one key.
I think it's the key. Oh yeah, I don't
He's
know.
giving a key to the south and a key to the west.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
And then giving Jericho a key to the north just in case.
And
Now
And
we
we
have
each need
with
one of
us
your
to the
keys.
east.
Yes.
And
Now
one
we
of
have
us has to
8
get the one that
keys.
needs the cantrip.
Yes.
All right.
I would prefer to give him the one with the cantrip
Sure.
just because he's the. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Jericho stays north. Who's going to the west tower you previously were at?
I guess that's the dwarves.
2
Goli and
dwarves.
Ansgar.
All right. Who is going south by themselves?
Hemlock.
Hemlock. Who is going to the east?
Galen,
Galen
and Zaldor.
and Zaldor by themselves.
Sorry, I snapped it. It was
Apology
uncalled
accepted.
My lord.
I think it's a small sugar imbalance on my side.
Cast hypoglycemia.
All right. I'm excited by this opportunity that we have right now. Hey, everyone put your hand in. He's got to cast a spell. I want it on the back of my hand. That's all I'm saying, because I'll see it there.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
don't put it on my butt.
So when time expires, there's no way to tell where you're at in the sequence. According to the spell description, when it expires, it does some blinky thing, and then it's done.
So I just want it on
So
my
there's
hand, so
no
I'll see it.
how much do I have left. It's wait,
3,
wait,
2,
wait.
1, go.
There's no 3, 2, 1. At some point,
It's just
your
blinking
wrist
until it
blinks,
doesn't.
and that's when you go.
So yeah.
Okay, so
So I'm
Blink,
just
blink,
it's
blink.
synchronized without information.
Don't go
which
on
is
2
frustrating.
blinks. Wait for the third.
Wait for the third blink.
Is it on the third blink or after the third blink?
It's right after the third blink.
But the problem is you could be fighting or something. Did it blink? Did I miss it?
Yeah, I
I don't know.
Well, don't blink. Don't
Well, if
fight.
it's not
Just get
there-
under the locked door. And wait, what's the phrase that we say again to unlock the door?
Iron Cavalry.
Oh my god!
Everyone memorizes that exact pronunciation, and the campaign is over.
Wait, so I say... I got it.
Yeah.
solid form.
The password was just mumble something in a stroke. All right, the group heads off, splitting up, which always works well.
As
Every
we are
time.
Oh, and where we meet
doing
afterwards?
that,
We're heading to the big drake.
Aye.
Down in the tunnels in the middle somewhere.
No, just go out the double doors on these towers and
Okay,
meet
just
in the
go.
middle.
Okay, I'm excited by this
60
opportunity.
rounds later.
I'm excited by this opportunity.
And fatigue too.
I'm gonna trot. I'll be honest.
All right.
as we are making our way out, Galen hangs back a little bit until there's a little space, and he taps Jericho on the shoulder and takes a knee in front of him and says, Jericho, we don't know how this is going to end or if I'm really ever going to see you again. Before we go, I wanted you to know I read your letter. I read it many times.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you mad?
No, quite the opposite. It meant a lot to me, and I want to say that when I left Edlin home, it seems like for years now I've just come face to face, day in and day out, with all of the worst that this world has to offer. And that can harden your heart. But it hasn't hardened yours. And it reminds me, seeing that reminds me of the kind of person I want to be. And I think, if we lost Saldor's wit, or Ansgar's purpose, or even Hemlock's aim, I think the Guardians of Tabernary would still be okay, but I think if we lost your heart, we'd lose our compass, and we can't afford that. So, don't lose that heart.
He, since you're kneeling down in front of him, he grabs your head, plants a kiss right on top of your forehead, and goes, "You're gonna kill a dragon, and not really anyone gets to do
I sure hope so. And I hope you're standing right there with me when it happens.
Well, I'll be writing a song."
84 minutes.
Galen gives a playful punch on Jericho's shoulder and stands up and brushes himself off.
I
And
punch him back as hard as I can with my -1 strength.
You are healed 1 point. All right. The group separates now in kind of silence, grim determination. Each of you making your way underneath the grand city of Kanebren. It's is fateful, approaching a battle, not sure what is to happen next. With Jericho waiting underneath his trapdoor in the northern tower, we have the two dwarves heading back to the previous western tower, making your way up it. We have Hemlock making his way to the southern tower. Make a survival roll, Hemlock.
Natural 20.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
Alrighty.
Best.
Don't
dice of
spend
the
those all
night.
now.
You had the most difficult route that could have thrown off the sequence of the time, but you nailed multiple tricky paths, were able to navigate underground maze of networks.
Like, damn you!
And you were able to get into your tower, climb up the tower, and get to your trapdoor in another structure. This is the hanging garden style. There's some trees and stuff, and you will have a freaking surprise guaranteed when winning of initiative on your battle with this Drake if you choose to fight. And then we have our other two pairs, and that is Galen and Zaldor heading to the east. You do not need to make a survival roll as your path was a much easier one to take. You also climb up the top of your tower, come out of a shack. You see there are two large cranes with some big complicated wheels of machinery they haven't been used in a long time that hang down for some sort of construction purposes here on the tower. And as you creep out, you can hear not one but two drakes in very close proximity to you both. We are going to roll initiative as only you guys have targets. Our western dwarves, as you come out, have no drakes of any kind on your tower.
They heard you were coming.
All
Always
right.
going to be looking over the parapet and see if they're just at a lower altitude and we're not seeing them. That kind of
Clinging on the wall.
yeah, clinging the wall.
All right, you look around, you don't see any. The battles, though, are what we're having right now. And first up is a Drake to the south on the east tower with Galen and Zaldor. One of the drakes creeps around hearing something, wastes two of its actions snooping around, then finally spots you. What is the range from there? I think it is just out of range, and then charges you right as you are coming out, but loses all of its actions, doesn't get to do anything against you. The other Drake is going to be in the same situation, but it flies over and lands above you on the top of the structure that you are at, shrieking and whipping tails and fangs at you. And there is a third Drake, but it does not get to go first because I said it was caught by surprise. That is with Hemlock in the south tower.
So Hemlock would have creeped up and gone as silent as he could. Is there any way to avoid this, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then make a stealth.
It's gonna, wait till he activates. Ideally, wait till he activates before engaging with.
Yeah, and I think our plan
Any
was to
combat.
wait to burst through until we heard beep, 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 or we saw the flashes,
Oh.
and then beeline for the.
Okay,
correct.
then everything
Yeah.
I said does not have any relevance whatsoever.
Okay.
I totally misheard that. Sorry.
I would still like to not have any drakes.
So then we are waiting inside, and then there is at the 90-minute mark a beeping, and Jericho goes running out. Is that what you guys doing at the beep? You run out to your thing, and then
Hemlock will still try to stay quiet, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay. Jericho runs out to his thing. You are crossing the orange energy field. Is that correct, Jericho?
Yeah, I assume I got it.
Okay. When you do so, you gain a bonus of a blessing of +1 to your armor class for the next two attacks against you, a protective measure for defenders of the city that you have triggered just for yourself. You insert your key and you turn it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The first key has been turned. Is that a regular key?
That
Yes.
was a regular key.
All right.
Zaldor has the weird one.
All right. And then to the west, we have the same thing done by the dwarves.
Yep.
And you have no obstacles in your way. And whoever crosses that barrier first has the same benefit. Ansgar has +2 to his AC. That would be a circumstance bonus. And you put your key in and turn it. To the south is Hemlock, who has stealthily been making his way there. I need you to make before you roll, a stealth roll. You need to beat a 26.
Oh, I rolled a 2. I'm gonna go ahead and use a hero point on that. Because you can't roll worse than a 2.
That's right.
I rolled another 2, so that's a total of 23.
Okay.
Which is great. I only needed a 4.
So from a tower away,
Yeah.
Wait, I heard something.
You stealth towards it, but you knock over some potted plant hanging from an old rotten wooden shelf. It clatters.
That's our hemlock.
Yeah.
Your leg fell asleep.
The drake to the south races over towards you with a shriek and gets 2 attacks upon you with its fangs. And it bites down on you with its mouth with a 22
No.
and a natural 20.
That'll do something.
It does 44 points of piercing and cold
That's icky.
as your shoulders just dug into and it lets go and your blood drips out of its fangs. What would you like to do?
How far am I away from the sphere?
40.
40.
Okay. I'm gonna take one shot at this guy. With a 39 to
Is
hit.
a critical hit.
Nice shot.
Juicy too.
That's, 3 6s on the initial roll.
Well, the ice one isn't gonna do shit.
Yeah. Fire one will.
31.
Yes.
54 points of damage, 6
54.
of that being fire.
So 64 points of damage. Huge.
And then I will use my other 2 actions to run towards the sphere.
Okay. You run and break into the border of the magical sphere. You gain a +2 to your armor class for the next 2 attacks against you.
Coming up.
You are close to the keyhole, but you do not have your key in the slot yet.
Okay.
To the east tower, we have Galen and Zaldor running like mad to their device. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. That involves running around this big shack and then running between 2 drakes as your eyes go wide, the device in between the 2 of them. I am going to have them make...
And can Galen scream in Draconic as Zaldor is making a beeline for the crystal? Over here, big uglies!
Well, bad news, Galen. You are now going to be attacked by 2 drakes, but Zaldor comes right through and
Bully.
heading right towards and reaches the device. Zaldor, you can insert your key, and if you would like.
I will also put a cantrip into the key.
Okay.
Do you need to know which one?
Yes, please.
I'm filling it with, let me make sure I picked the right one here. Shield.
Okay. The key does have a little bit of a glow to it.
All right. I now insert the key in.
And you turn.
And turn.
All right. The device quivers and glows brighter and brighter, but doesn't generate any additional effect that you can see. Meanwhile, a 21 and a 23 to hit with 2 fangs coming at Galen.
Misses.
He says no, and then there is a one last attack against you and a 21 to hit.
Nope.
Galen just batting them away left and right, and we will come back over to Hemlock.
Thanks, Derek. Jumping maps.
Yeah, that's great. Hemlock will pull the key out and insert it.
All right. You pull out the key, you insert it while the drake comes flying towards you. Make a reflex save to get it in before the drake gets you. 20. 7 is your target number.
33.
Okay. You put in your key, you turn it, yours goes bright and orange, and then a freaking MCU energy beam blasts up into the sky, parting the rain and the clouds, and creates a bit of a small force field up above, like a mini dome of translucent energy. And then another one does to the west, and another one does to the north, and another one does to the east. And the energy builds and builds and builds, and they all start to connect together into a largish dome. And the drakes around you, particularly Galen and Hemlock, shriek and start stepping back and looking around as though they're being touched by something or wrapped by something. And then the entire field sizzles and grows very bright, casting a bright, almost sunlight over the city. And within maybe 5 seconds of that happening, all the rain stops because it's all hitting the force field. And then the force field comes down, compressing down upon the city itself. It's getting closer to all of you on the towers. What would you like to do?
Jericho would, as soon as he had turned his key in, he knew what the next thing to do was to get to that big palace that had been pointed out. And he was told to go through the big doors. So he's going to start, in whatever way is the quickest way he can find, making his way to the big palace in the middle of town.
Okay. Jericho's running down the stairs.
Same, I believe.
I think we should leave.
Yeah, except we have a little bit of a trick. Mount up and as he hops upon Solara and invites you on, there is a evolution surge. Eidolon, my Eidolon can gain the fly trait. And we will, and it can be 2 people. It's heightened at 5th. Your Eidolon gains a fly speed equal to its speed.
All right.
And it lasts for 1 minute, costs a focus point, and we will ride her down and onto the ground and in towards the city, the palace center, but we're not trying to get there first.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
The 2 dwarves climb across on top of Shalara, the Eidolon dragon, and she vaults up and then dives down the huge tower, racing by with rapid speed.
25 feet per round. It's not that bad.
She's dropping fast.
How to train your Eidolon.
She then pulls up at the last second and then just follows this old thoroughfare of the main city with broken buildings and structures, rubble, and just flying as fast as she can over it with the 2 of you holding on, with Goli's reaction being what?
That's all right. That's Ansgar's too.
I'm glad that worked. I've never done this before.
Exactly. I didn't know if she would let us.
Hemlock, what are you doing as this energy is coming down?
Hemlock wants to see what happens to this stupid Drake.
Okay.
It just took a chunk out of his ass.
Okay.
So he's waiting to see what happens before he starts going down.
Same question for Zaldor and Galen.
Zaldor spins and casts a wall of fire between Galen and the Drakes, and then promptly runs behind it. We should go.
Okay.
Okay. Where is that wall of fire?
I'm so glad you asked. It's a 60-foot line of wall of fire, which, because they're right on top of, would be on top of both of those Drakes, cutting off that corner.
Cool. So Galen's gonna run to the other side of the tower, and as he runs towards the edge, he shouts over his shoulder, "See you at the dragon, Zaldor!" and leaps off and begins to glide towards the center of the city.
You leap off?
And start gliding towards the center of the city.
All right. What is that? Tree squirrel or something like that?
It's a gliding rune.
Gliding
squirrel. the
Flying squirrel.
Sure.
Yeah, sugar gliders.
Yeah.
All right, you leap off, and what's Zaldor doing?
Let me double checking his robes, double checking
I hope these are robes of falling.
Oh, they were the robes of fall.
Yes, feather fall.
Pumpkins and leaves.
Cozy cocoa on demand.
Fly is 30 feet shorter and glide to a space which was
Mini marshmallows.
So I have an aerial cloak, not quite as fancy as a gliding rune. It does allow you to, once per day, if you're falling, the cloak catches air. If you grab onto its edges, utilizing the draft to guide you to safety. Treat your fall as 30 feet shorter and glide to a space of your choice at the bottom of your fall.
30 feet shorter than 200 feet.
So, Zaldor also has Featherfall prepared 3 times because he is the captain of the wake and his idea is to always keep people safe. So using Featherfall 3 different times in addition to my aerial cloak, I think I'm going to race Galen to the bottom.
Okay.
Love to see you just jump and at 190 feet.
Featherfall!
He doesn't time it up.
Featherfall!
If he'd only skipped that last flourish.
That needs to be the last thing he ever says. One way or the other.
More of a flu splash.
As the dragon eats him flourish, as the cancer eats him away quietly. Okay, so you leap off the side of the building as well.
Correct.
I guess I'll take the stairs.
Yeah.
Hemlock and we'll be
Reasonable.
late. And it'll be fine.
My legs are this long.
Hemlock, you see your drake screech and freak out as this energy crosses over it, passes through it, and has this remainder of this translucent, almost wrap or web type effect that's on it. And the creature seems to be in agony and pain and is pulling left and right and is struggling to move completely.
Oh.
And you are completely unaffected. And it has already passed by you and moved down.
Awesome.
Put that poor thing out of its misery.
Hemlock will just go up to it and put one of his guns to the temple.
All right.
and
Please
boom.
don't roll.
Not going to.
Natural 30.
Yeah.
First time we felt empathy for the enemy.
All right. The group makes their way to the center of town, some faster than others. Some more refreshed than others.
But my butt looks cute.
You do all make it to the rubble of the Queen's castle. You find your way through some choked little entrance, find your way through to a courtyard door, and find one another. You can hear on the other side of this doorway into what is the now exposed courtyard in just a second. You can hear a roaring dragon. You've heard it as you have approached. It is pissed off. It is angry. You guys are getting ready to deal some sort of damage to this beast. I would like to ask, is there anything anyone would like to do or say before engaging into this chaos?
As I see Galen, I'm just going to go, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you. And then Galen makes eye contact with each of the others and just a quick nod. Ready?
Yeah.
Anything from Bali, Lord Ansgar?
A couple things. You've been wonderful companions, and I hope to see you on the other side. Thank you.
Will you take me on a ride later?
We'll ask Shalara.
Hemlock.
And he will do 2 things right before going in to engage. They're both spells. One is going to be a chromatic orb, and he's actually going to walk up to Galen and pass
I
that.
knew this day would come, you son of a bitch! Roll initiative!
And he's going to cast upon Galen a spell that is called Chromatic Armor. I'm going to roll 2 d8s, and depending on what they are is what Galen will be resistant 10 to.
Should be, well, there's 8 options. Should be 1d8.
Nope. When you cast a spell, roll 1d8 twice on the table below to see the armor's colors.
Oh, yeah, you get
re-rolling
each.
any duplicates.
Sorry, you're right.
So that is-
sorry, that's not how that works. Anything dealing with chromatic stuff is determined by Jocelyn. Don't you remember? Jocelyn, pick a number between 1 and 8 twice with no duplicates.
6 and 3.
She has chosen 6 and 3.
So you are resistant 10 to electricity and mental.
Electricity and mental. Okay.
You almost had force, and acid, but electricity and mental. We shall see.
Hemlock will unload.
Well, that's bizarre.
Two of
That's
his
my exact condition. Mine's permanent.
Hemlock will unload 2 of his guns and reload them with special rounds.
All right.
And the other thing is he walks up to Shalara and puts his head against hers, and he again uses an ability to boost the Eidolon, and instead of and as they're head to head, her head grows and grows and grows, and then you notice her whole body is becoming huge.
Wow.
And she will now be huge for the next minute.
What's this spell?
It is Evolution Surge. And one of the possible abilities is your Eidolon becomes huge instead of its previous size. This has the same effects as the 3rd level option to become large, except your Eidolon's reach increases to 15 feet.
Woo! That's pretty great. Any reactions would also apply to the 15-foot range.
Yep.
Nice.
And that lasts for 1 minute, and that is right before, whenever we're done with everything else, as we go in, we get that moment.
Great. Bali, any final words or thoughts or actions?
I have one. You've called me Bolly twice.
Sorry,
now.
Goli. I told you when you made this character, this is going to be a problem.
I think Bolly should pop up and join the battle. I've been watching. We'll be casting Sanctuary on himself.
Okay.
And we'll follow up with a blessing to the Stone Father, considering all the rubble that is here, all the debris, all of which is stone. This is shared by Solene. So Goli will say, this is now a new temple, a new battlefield in praise of the Stone Father. Strength and honor to us all.
Strength and honor.
A rubble starts to move within the structure, and it forms into a shape of a 4-foot tall hammer made of rubble and stone. It strikes at Goli. You hold up your arm. It smashes into your arm, and you are blessed by the Stone Father. You are given 8 enhanced uses of the spell Dancing Shield. Whoa. These cost, instead of level 2/4, they cost level 3/5.
Okay.
And you only have 8 uses of them for the rest of your life. The extra benefit is you will not need to sustain them when you use them.
Okay.
Wow.
The group has the spells. The group has everything. The only thing the group is missing is the hero point that Clay God here in attendance is going to hand out. No pressure.
No pressure. I'm going to give it to
I
you.
might well need that.
It's hopefully a well-placed one.
With that,
We're on the
Galen
ground.
shouts out, Baleroc! Come meet the guardians of Kanebren.
All right. The group steps out and fans out to surround this dragon in this ruined courtyard. You see it is already cast some spells.
And we'll stop there for the night.
I'll get there. It's already cast some
the
spells.
whole Twitch chat unsubscribes.
There's a darkness energy in there. You guys spread out because you know there's definitely some breath attack this thing is going to do. And Galen gives out his taunt. The beast is writhing around. You can hear in anger. You hear it say, "What is this?" And it can barely see you through the darkness. And then as you are about ready to strike, you are also slightly ambushed by 5 lesser drakes that come in from the sides as well. Here is the battle map that we have. I am activating it now. You can see a big black hole of a darkness spell that is between you and the dragon. You can tell the dragon is where my ping is roughly at to the west. The heroes are scattered on the east side of this courtyard in a semicircle. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underworld dragons, young underworld dragons, 1 to the north, 1 to the northeast, quite close to the heroes, and 3 to the south, with Baleroc himself to the west. The good news, that's the bad news. That is the bad news. The good news is with the energy you guys have delivered, it has not affected the young ones, but Baleroc, game mechanic wise, has been lowered a level in everything that entails by going down 1 creature level.
Probably worth it.
So that is your current situation. We are going to roll initiative with one exception, and no matter what the result is, we're going to deal with fear because the 5 smaller dragons are all so close, and we're going to do a bunch of fear rolls. Let's actually start with that first. So I need everyone. This is their frightful presence, the dragon frightful presence. What you guys are going to do are make 5 will saves at 25. I just need to know pretty much if you succeed them all, fail, or critically fail. Whatever the worst is, the result is. 5 rolls, will 25.
Can I roll them all at once?
Sure, just real fast. What's
Galen's
the
not
worst?
rolling.
Galen is immune to frightful presence.
Oh, with the Ansgar and Rune.
Yes.
Nice.
What kind of rolls are these?
Will 25.
I failed 1.
Okay.
Do you need critical success
I
notification?
need to know the worst. Just the worst you got.
Got it. Okay.
Also failed
What
1.
if 2 of mine were natural 20s?
We're gonna make her. That's got to be worth
that's
something.
the
You are
worst.
resistant.
Okay.
Jeez, you were rolling it.
Right?
1 fail.
1
Natural
success.
Natural
Oh
1.
no. Gonna-
Okay. So
You want to know my worst roll?
Hemlock is unaffected.
that one still makes
Galen is unaffected by the Ansgar and Rune in his blade. We had Lord Ansgar with a failure. That is frightened 2. I think the same thing with Zaldor. Frightened 2.
Okay.
And then Goli.
Made all checks, the lowest being exactly 25.
Then
4 critical successes
you-
and 1 critical fail.
you're frightened 1.
Right one.
And what was that?
4 critical successes.
Really?
Well, a simple success is a critical success for. I have
Oh.
Performer's Heart, the greatest performances. Anyway, when I roll a success on a will save, I get a critical success instead.
Then
Same
let's
as what was happening to me. I was
then
getting
let's just
criticals.
cancel all of that. Then you're fine. Even with that natural 1, that's fantastic.
So I got
Same for you.
4 critical successes.
Don't copy him. That's lame.
All right. I got 3 critical.
Then you're also good.
All right.
All right. So then we only had some minimal effect. That's frightened 2 on
1 and 1 or
Yeah.
2?
Yeah.
2.
Ansgar and Zaldor.
And Zelda.
2.
And Ansgar also has an ability I haven't been using so far, Battle Cry. When we roll initiative, I can demoralize a single foe.
Well, let us do that. And we're going to roll initiative here in just a second. And as we do that, that was my last comment because of the kick-ass line from Galen. Galen's going to get a +2 to initiative as we roll it right here.
Nice.
All right. There is our battle. I'm taking Shlar off because she follows you. We are rolling initiative. Best of luck to one and all if it decides to work, and it cinematically does not.
Successes are.
We all stare at each other for a while.
In ready.
Yeah. No.
Wait, are we in character selection mode? Is
Yeah,
that
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there, okay.
Hemlock,
Choosing
Zaldor,
which outfit we're
Galen.
gonna wear.
Jericho.
All right,
Ansgar.
let's try again. Here we go, system.
hell's
Let's
Goli?
make it work. And
These maps are so cool.
Yeah.
Watching the clouds be affected
is
by the crystal orb aura was neato.
I liked where I was on the last
all right. We have, well, I didn't even have to add anything. Freaking Galen has a 33 on his initiative.
Nice.
Jeez, man.
Ansgar will demoralize the one to the west.
When you roll initiative, you're going to demoralize the one to the
West.
the
Northwest.
north of the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the dragon's in an area of magical darkness, is that correct?
It is on the west side of it where I'm pinging.
Okay. But it's partially inside an area of magical darkness.
No, you're just seeing the shadow of it, if you will, the line of sight shadow.
Oh, okay.
It's a sphere of
So there is
darkness.
no darkness per se, no magical darkness.
There's a sphere of magical darkness between the two of you. It is not in the magical
Behind
darkness.
the magical
Correct.
I believe Lord Ansgar and myself can see through magical darkness if they have
take a
the.
look.
I know I can with my
Yeah.
trait.
Can I roll? Should I roll intimidate yet?
It's heightened at 4th. Even creatures with dark vision can barely see, but not greater dark vision. If you have greater dark
I
vision,
have greater dark vision.
then you can.
And let me double check before you divulge anything. I'll just make sure I have that.
Go ahead and make your roll since Chris was doing stuff there.
I'm going to use a hero point. I rolled a natural 1. I had 2. I now have 1 hero point, and the reroll will be a 32.
It is a success.
Very good. So it's intimidated.
Intimidated.
Frightened 1, I believe. There we
Yeah.
go.
We are all frightened together.
We're all frightened.
Level
Oh,
5
frightened
ancestry feat
together.
called
Yeah,
Defy the
Yeah, back up.
Darkness.
Yeah, that guy over there.
Defy the darkness? I don't see such a thing. Describe it.
It's Pathfinder 1.
I don't see anything called that.
I believe it's a
Defy
dwarven
the Darkness
thing.
Dwarven ancestry feat. Using ancient dwarven methods, developed to fight enemies wielding magical darkness. You've honed your dark vision and swore not to use such magic yourself. You gain greater dark vision, enabling you to see through magical darkness, even if it normally hampers dark vision.
And this is a feat that you took?
I have a feat. Would you hand that to him?
I'm going to look it up here. Hero down here. Thank you, though. Sorry, everyone. Was not expecting the slowdown right as we jumped right into everything. Hold on.
Perfect time for a slowdown.
Hold on.
And my mother says sweet dreams to me.
Sweet dreams of Layla.
All right. Golly. Background. No, ancestry. There we go. Defy the darkness. I do see it here. I wonder why it's not there. You gain greater dark vision able to see through magical darkness, even though if it normally hampers such as darkness, greater force. Okay, great. You can see through it fine. Lord Ansgar, do you have Defy the darkness?
I do not.
Okay, then we're good to go. Moving on.
Cool.
All right. First up is Galen. You are way to the east. You have a underworld dragon to the north, one of the smaller ones.
It's perched on top of that.
It is
thing.
about 30 feet up.
Whoa, 30 feet, you say? Galen braces himself and leaps into the air, and there's this puff of smoke and fire that comes from his boots that launches him up onto the top of that roof right next to the dragon.
Sweet.
And then landing there, we will immediately take a
Get a stare at it.
We're going to exploit vulnerability. So yes, we are going to stare at it. Exactly right.
Ha! Hey. You look
Fancy
different.
meeting you here. All right, so
I like this. I like what you've done.
That's good.
You want to make some baby drakes?
all right, so that is a 27, 37, 38.
38 to hit is a critical hit.
So that's my
Exploit vulnerability.
that's exploit
Sorry.
vulnerability.
Thought
Yep.
it was an attack.
So 38.
Is a critical hit.
Great. I would like to know its weaknesses, resistances, and highest bypassable resistance.
All right. The underworld dragons, the smaller 5 of them, are immune to fire, paralyzed in sleep, have no weaknesses, have no resistances.
All right.
A sleep spell.
Well, Galen pulls out a dragon tooth from his bag and grasps it in one hand, and in doing so, kind of pulls some of the power from this ancient dragon tooth into himself and creates a vulnerability for this underworld dragon. So we will be adding some damage to our strikes to this thing. And then we will be striking. That's what we will do next. Now, the Asgaran rune, one of the things it does is 2d6 fire damage versus dragons. These are immune to that fire damage then, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So then that would just be this, and this, and this, and this, and this. You did not say they were immune to cold, though, correct?
I did not say that.
Great. Okay, that's going to be a 23, 33, 35 to hit.
Is a hit. 35 is a hit.
Okay. That's 6 and 5. That's 11, and 15 is 26.
11 and 15 is 26. That's correct.
Yep, 26. Hits it for 26.
Okay.
That's 3 actions.
Done. You leap up, you strike, and you understand some of its weaknesses. It is Baleroc's turn. It says, "What are you? What is this?" And tries to peer through the darkness and easily sees each of you and is going to delay its action to see what is happening. In the meantime, its smaller underworld dragons all attack. The first one's the one right next to Galen in the northeast, and it is going to do a coiling frenzy, 1 claw strike, 1 tail strike, and if either hit, it will grab you automatically.
Ooh, jeez.
That is a first attack roll of the bad guy is a 28 to hit.
Miss.
Oh, and a tail strike, 29 to hit.
Miss.
Oh! That was 2 actions. Its third action is it is going to, what is its speed? Oh, it's got a great speed. It flies across and over Zaldor to the other tower, 80 feet away. The next dragon is to the north.
That's your turn.
Small point of
It's
order.
not your turn.
I know. But Shalara is currently huge.
Oh, okay. I think we can.
Can change that? Oh, that's cool. Wasn't listening.
I don't know.
Immune.
Okay, I'll have to fix that. I don't know where it's at. We'll just have to make note of that. The dragon is attacking. It is coming at Shalara. No, it is not. It's going to stay put where it's at. And it belches forth a fiery breath attack at Shalara and Lord Ansgar. There we go.
Thank goodness you leveled up.
And me as well.
Nope. Give me a second. Drops it right in the middle of those two. Both of you now need to make those saves. Do you have any benefits? There's normally a penalty for a summoner dealing with area attacks.
I have to roll each die, and I'll take the worst result. So
All right.
if I fail once, then I fail. So basically, I'm rolling with disadvantage. What am I rolling?
Reflex 26.
Galen, they use fire.
I will fail.
Okay, then you are dealing with 32 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and you have 1d6 plus 2 persistent fire.
Rather not. So that was how much damage?
32.
32.
Okay.
1d6 persistent.
Okay. 1d6
Zaldor,
persistent.
do not fight fire with fire!
Oh. Disappointed.
Next dragon is to the south, and it is going to fly over to Hemlock. It's going to rapidly fly with one action, 80 feet. It is 15 feet from you. I don't know what its reach is. Oh, it can definitely reach you. It's going to attack twice with its... It's going to attack once with its tail. With a 27, it lashes out with a bludgeoning tail.
No.
Misses, then it screeches and attacks. Well, it misses the second one.
What was that one? What was that?
23.
Okay.
There's another dragon right next to it, and it does the same thing. It flies right close to about 15 feet away from Hemlock to the south, and it smacks with the tail. 38 to hit.
That is a critical.
For 38 points of damage. That's weird. And then it gets to grab you without a missed attack penalty. Now let's grab. It attempts a grapple. All right, it's making a. What is your fortitude plus 10?
27.
It is making an athletics roll to grab you. 31. You have been grabbed, so you cannot move from your location till you escape. You can still do other things. If you attempt to manipulate, you have to do a 5 or higher or miss. You can still attack though.
Okay.
There is a third dragon, and it is doing the same thing. And it flies over. Actually, it's going to get right in your face. You are off guard because you are grabbed, and it is going to bite the hell out of you with its jaws. With a 32 to hit,
Hits.
26 points of piercing and fire, and then a miss.
Hemlock's down.
What? Oh my god.
Just down.
Your
Do you
cleric.
concur?
All right.
You don't?
I do not concur.
Well, how many hit points do
You
I
have
have?
10 hit points remaining.
Okay. I'll take it.
It's
I might have
fine.
done some bad math somewhere.
Just fine.
He
All
has
right.
10 hit points.
10 hit points. He's alive.
We say the cleric.
What was
trumps
that
all.
last one that missed? What was the attack at?
27?
Okay.
20.
I have 26, which is the last hit on you.
Just curious, because if it's a critical miss, I get a free attack.
Oh, cool. All right. It is Zaldor's turn. You are not far from 4 dragons, 3 on the ground next to Hemlock and 1 above you, 10 feet, or 30 feet above.
I don't have a card in front of me. Can someone remind me what frightened does? That doesn't mean I have to run away, does it?
Nope.
No, it's a
I'm just
negative.
lower AC?
Yeah,
Minus
just
1
lower
to-
AC.
Minus 1, I believe, to everything.
Cool. But as long as I've got a Hemlock in front of me, I don't get hit.
Wow.
Speaking of which, where's Hemlock in?
Way the fuck
He's
south.
in the middle of the whole
No,
thing.
the initiative. Sorry.
Oh, I last. Or no, I think you moved me
I
because
did.
I said I was down.
Yep. I think you were 22-ish.
And you're down right now.
No.
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 Oh, you're not. You have
I
10.
am grappled by
standing
one of
when
these
he's grappled.
There's 10 hit
bastards.
points.
You could change that though.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about a cone of cold. I can hit a bunch of dragons right now.
Do it.
But I might hit a Hemlock.
Do it.
You will drop him.
If he doesn't make his reflex save. But he's grappled. So that's probably a no. Right? Yeah.
I like you talking out your spells.
What are you going to do?
What would Zaldor do?
What would Zaldor do?
Do you want one of these, by the way, Zaldor?
I got one. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double checking one thing real quick here. That's also a lot. And
Oh, good.
interesting.
Got to make a decision here.
Zaldor casts Pressure Zone.
Okay.
It is a 20-foot emanation. It could be within 500 feet. He is going to target the 3 drakes around Hemlock. Hopefully try to get 4 if I can do it.
20-foot burst.
20-foot burst. Double check that. It is.
Bursting.
Loading. Aligning angles. What I'm going to do is they have to make a fortitude save. So what's happening is I am dropping the air pressure around them whoop, precipitously, like really just pulling it all, causing pain and debilitation in the creature's inner ears and joints. Each living creature in the area of the spell when you cast it or that enters that area during the spell's duration must attempt a fortitude save.
Okay. Keep in mind, everything that you know is -1. So DCs, everything that you have, they rolled a 31, 27, 27.
Okay, so my DC is 29, 28 with the -1.
Oh, nice.
So the 31 succeeded, and if it was a successful save, then the creature is deafened and clumsy 1 until the end of its next turn, after which it's temporarily immune for an hour. For those who failed, the creature is deafened and clumsy 2. And at the end of its turns, it can attempt a new save if it's no longer in the pressure zone. On a success, it ends the effect and is temporarily immune for an hour.
I've got clumsy 2s on 2 of them, clumsy 1 on 1 of them.
Is that a -2 to attack?
I actually don't know what clumsy does. Don't know, find me
Clumsy
that card?
is minus to dexterity, armor class, reflex, and ranged attack rolls.
Sweet.
So, is it possible that that could help Hemlock escape as well? Or is that a strength roll that he has to roll against?
That's not, I don't think, going to help on that.
Okay. All right, that is all 3 actions for the 5th level spell.
Range.
And that does sit there, by the way. So that's not going away anytime soon. I think it's going to be a full minute
All right.
for the pressure zone, correct?
Yep. Golly, you're in the eastern section, right in the middle of everybody.
I need a range to Hemlock, please. Hemlock is my target. With
30 feet.
Fantastic. Casting heal. I'm using the 3-die rule. So you've got 18 at least coming, plus a solid roll. That is what? 18 and 35 then? 35?
Nice.
Plus 40.
35 plus 40?
75.
75.
75
Heals.
health.
Wow.
That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you.
No one calls me crazy.
Thank you, dwarf.
Huge heal.
With 1 spare action, I will raise my shield. I will raise my shield, the actual physical.
All right. Jericho is to the northeast between Hemlock, between Galen and the Shalara.
So it's just a big circle of magical darkness, and the big bad guy is behind that. That's correct, yes?
Yes.
And I can't see him, but I heard it.
Yes.
Okay. And then Hemlock is still grappled by those things.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna run 30 feet south. I was gonna. Can I have that same thing but angled behind whatever that little structure is on the other side of? Yeah, there. There were 30 feet that way. Gets me. All right, and then get me to the another set of movement back to the corner of that. Kind of opposite our cleric. Yeah, right back there. Thank you so much. That is so good. And then I got a bunch of my friends around me. And they got a bunch of bad guys around them. So then I'm going to lingering composition into a rallying anthem and / inspire defense with the name that changed. And so I'm going to roll my performance to try to make it last a long time. And it's going to be a critical success and last 4 rounds.
Woo!
And this is going to give everyone a plus. Everyone who's within 60 feet of me.
It's the rallying anthem.
Yeah, so +1's your AC, +1 to saving throws, and 2 resistance to all physical damage.
Awesome.
Whoa. Just 2 resistance to anything physical?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my
Slashing,
god.
piercing, bludgeoning.
All right, and that is my full everything.
All right. Next up is Baleroc, who decides to step back in after delaying.
Ah, shoot.
If you'll pardon me, I'm going to retcon just 1 second for damage. I have communal healing on a single target. I get the heal value of the rank of the spell used on a different target within the same range. I believe Zaldor is in that range, so we'll put you back up at your max.
Ooh, thank you.
Cool. Alrighty.
Here we go.
Baleroc says, "You dare come to my city, you will be consumed." And flies with ease with a single action, crossing the whole battlefield, emerging out of the darkness, almost parting it like a thick cloud before it reforms behind him. This Umber Dragon flies through, lands upon the eastern side, not too far away from Goli, and about 15 feet away, and then unleashes a cone of its breath attack of nasty, dark, void, and sparkly, purplish black energy oozing all over Goli and anyone near Goli.
As far as near, what's the oh no.
It is Goli and who is that? Jericho are blasted.
We just look at each other.
You give each other a quick hug as it vomits forth this void of darkness. You each need to make reflex save 32s.
As a reaction, I'm going to
Get the hell out.
no.
Goli.
As a
Puppy-
reaction,
puppy
I'm
dog
casting a 5th level spell.
Oh,
What?
I'm casting as a reaction Shadow Siphon.
What?
What is this?
Well, I'll let you look it up and find out.
we didn't just bring him along for
For the songs.
the songs.
So as he does that, I hear the early resonance of this breath weapon coming out, and I call out in my own, and Jericho, in a deeper, more basso profundo voice than you've ever heard come out of him, calls out a counterpoint song voice note that comes out and seeks to counteract this action that's coming out and change part of what's coming out of this dragon into illusion. I get to make a counteract, but I get to make it as if it's a 7th level spell.
All right. This works only against spells which breath weapons are not, but I'm going to say this is a voidish thing. Hold on, let me finish.
Sure. I'm just reading my spell.
I'm going to say this is a voidish thing that does slightly dip into the magical realm, so we will have it. We will have a count for this breath attack.
Okay.
Amazing.
Counteract is
This is the first time we've seen that this season, I think.
Oh yeah.
always a weird one for me. All right, you are rolling your spell casting modifier opposing the creature's level for DC. Go ahead and make your spell attack roll.
And then I have something to throw in as well.
I never make spell attack rolls, so I'm trying to figure out what the heck that is.
What's your spell DC?
29.
Okay.
So attack roll is plus 19 for your spell attack. So roll a 20 and add 19.
Yeah, 29.
Roll a 20, add 19, and hope you roll hell.
And does it make a difference or that does it as 2 levels higher? Oh, that changes your DC, right?
No, it changes something else entirely. So
Okay.
you got to start.
Sure,
we start with
absolutely.
your roll.
I just,
Good luck.
absolutely.
Don't forget
This
your
is awesome.
Plus 1. I don't think he gets
That
it
does
for
it to nothing here.
Okay.
It's a defensive one.
Trying to decide if I want to use my other hero die on this.
Yes.
I roll. Yes.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 9 on my
Yeah,
die.
you could roll.
Let's use it. We're late in the evening. I'm gonna use my hero die on that. Rolled a 9 on the die.
All right.
Rolled it again. That's cocked down onto the edge of all of that. 17 on the die.
Much better.
Ooh. 17 and 19.
What's 17 and 19?
36.
36 is a success on the chart.
Nice.
You counteract the target if its counteract level is no more than 1 level higher than your counter effect's counteract level. What is your counteract level?
7.
You succeed.
Yes!
You transform the triggering spell partial illusion, attempt to counterattack any creatures to be damaged spell will only take half as much damage.
So now we roll our saves.
Wow, you just cut it in half. Yes.
Well done.
Reflex
Good
save
job.
32.
Yeah.
That was not easy.
I failed. 25. I got 25.
Okay.
On a, what was it?
Reflex 32.
Boom. That is a 3-3.
33.
Nice.
Okay. It did 45 void damage, cut in half by the siphoning spell. Drops it to 22 for Jericho, and then cut in half for a success is only 11 for Goli.
Wow.
Well done.
That is a
Huge.
huge save.
Huge mitigation there.
And then the dragon looks up as the two of you just kind of stand up after the... What?
Short people get it done.
It is done with its turn. Hemlock may now
I'm
go.
just going to go that.
Okay.
You've got about
little.
5 dragony things within 20 feet of you. by the way.
Yeah. So the one that's holding me, I have a gun out and I put it up to it and I fire.
Eat this.
Which sucks. It makes a weird sound though. It's not the boom. It does more of like a thump.
Okay.
But I only rolled a 3, so it's only a 26 to hit.
The one that's next to you?
Yeah.
Okay. You hit.
Oh, good
Nice.
times. So this was an elemental round,
All right.
doing cold damage.
Okay.
So it does splash 3.
Okay.
I don't know if that hits anyone else. Probably hits me.
I think it might. That'd be great if it dropped you.
Yeah. But then it has 3d4 persistent cold damage.
That's nice.
Affects all creatures within 5 feet.
Okay. So I... Good times.
So it was how much damage?
Splash 3.
Okay. And
And then it'll do-
persistent.
3d4 persistent
Okay.
cold.
So don't roll that.
Not
We'll roll
going
that
to.
later. And then do 3 points of damage to yourself.
Yep.
I am adding a
3d4
persistent.
persistent what?
Cold.
Cold.
D4.
Oh, you get that too?
That doesn't
No,
hit
no,
me.
no.
That hits
Just
just,
the
the
dragon.
target.
Okay. I was worried.
No, I wouldn't have done that.
That sucks.
All right, I've got it marked. We've got a complex conditions and crap all over
For
the
sure.
place.
My next action, I'll do a quick draw. And this is,
Hold that.
3
Hold,
hits.
Okay.
hold that thought. We dealt with all the frightful presence of every dragon except for Baleroc itself.
Oh, yeah.
And you are the first now to be taking a turn within its aura. So you need, we'll say the first one you got lucky. This one you're going to need to make another will save 28 or be frightened.
fail.
Okay, fail is frightened 2.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Continue with your turn with that knowledge.
Same thing. I'm gonna see if I can make this happen. I'm gonna pull to use quick draw to pull out a gun, but this is a different kind of gun than we normally have seen from Hemlock. It's a bewildering spell gun, and I'm gonna aim it at Baleroc.
Okay. Make a spell attack or firearm attack roll against his AC. Good luck.
I rolled a goddamn 3, so
Again?
26.
26
Don't you have
is,
one more here?
Sure don't.
is a miss.
That as he fires this gun, as soon as it fires, it starts to kind of warble, and then it just and disappears.
Disintegrates.
If that would have hit, it would have been awesome. He would have been confused for a minute.
Oh,
But I
wow.
fucked that up. So, I have one more action. I would like to try to get ungrappled.
Okay.
I just want to check here real quick. You did a thing. It splashed. You took 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just want to make sure I got that.
All right. You are going to make a acrobatics or athletics
They're both shit.
versus its athletics plus 10. 29 is your target.
33.
Okay, you are now free and able to move about the cabin.
Okay, that was my third action though.
We have a gentleman by the name of Lord Ansgar who's been waiting patiently at the end of this initiative.
Okay. So first off, can I get Shalara to be her proper size now?
Just trust that she's already big.
Wants your big.
She takes up more squares.
Working
so,
on it.
Can I get a 20-foot burst, please?
Don't wanna.
You're doing great, Derek.
Yeah,
Can
man.
you drop that 20-foot burst on Baleroc and as many drakes as we can? Thank you.
That gets 2.
That would be perfect. So Ansgar weaves his hands, and you see almost like Shalara almost shimmer while he's doing it, because it contacts and gets in touch with her chill form, and ice and begins to fall from that area, and it's vicious, driving, freezing rain. So freezing rain does 46 cold. Intense cold rain comes from nowhere. A microcosm of a sudden downpour and a magical tweak can turn the rain to freezing sleet. The driving rain and pooling water make the area difficult terrain and extinguish non-magical fires. In subsequent rounds, I can sustain it and move it up to 20 feet. I can either make it be just difficult terrain, or I can make it do also 4d6 points of damage, cold damage each round. We're going to do that right now. They all need to make reflex saving throws.
I heard absolutely none of that. I was busy getting her size right.
Make
Everything
DC
that's a reptile
29
box.
reflex saving throws.
Who is doing that?
Baleroc and the 2 drakes caught and the 2 shadow dragons caught in that 20-foot
The
burst.
clumsy ones.
Reflex saves?
Yeah.
Baleroc is 32.
Okay, success.
And the other 2, oh, there, I see. Thank you. Reflex save, 22 to the top one, 23 to the bottom one.
Okay, they both failed but didn't critically fail. So Baleroc takes 6 points of damage. The other 2 take 12. If they'd critically failed, they would also be slowed. Or fail. Actually, failure, full damage is slowed for 1 round.
Okay.
So on a failure, they are both slowed.
Nice.
And clumsy. Man, they got a lot of conditions.
Yeah, there's so many conditions going on here.
And that takes 3 actions. So, but now it will be a sustain move around.
Okay. Fantastic. Next up is a new round, and it is Galen. Safe,
Galen.
safe and snug.
Distance to Baleroc, please.
Distance to target.
45 feet.
1 ping.
look.
Galen runs directly at Baleroc and stops right next to him. That's 2 actions, and with the third action, he says, "Eyes on me, big guy," and casts Command Bravery. So these golden interlocking plates on the War Leader's bulwark, on the top half, they glow brighter for a moment, and Galen looks maybe a little bit taller than he did before.
I wish I had
And
that.
this warmth emanates out for 100 feet, and everybody within 100 feet feels reinvigorated and braver than they were before. And so you now all have...
Before you do that,
Yes.
we didn't roll fear for Ansgar and Galen.
All right,
Galen doesn't
very well.
have to.
I don't have to.
The rune. So-
Ansgar will 28. Is that the goal? Is that right?
yes.
Will 28. 21.
All right, you are frightened too.
Spectacular.
Still frightened too.
So we have a whole
Hold
bunch
that
of
thought.
frightened scattered across the group, and then you are now doing this bulwark energy bursts out
Yes.
command bravery once per day.
Once per day, so this is it. This is all we get. But you all now have a +2 status bonus to saves versus fear for 1 minute, and reduce your current frightened value by 1.
Woo!
Huge.
Burn
Frighten one.
That seems okay.
That is the end of my turn.
And
That
you
is-
said what was the other effect for a minute?
So +2 status bonus to saves versus fear.
I'm glad I didn't do my one that gave you a +1 to status to save versus fear.
Zeldor, watch out! A drake swoops down from the rooftop right above you.
Oh no!
Glides right down and does a coiling frenzy upon you. One strike, one tail strike. Either hits, you are automatically grabbed. One claw.
Plus 1 bonus to AC.
23 to hit.
Yes.
Then the tail, 30 to hit.
That would hit, but Zeldor activates Zephyr Slip. It is a level 4 reaction.
I think you guys are making some of this stuff up.
As soon as you did that, Derek just goes, yeah, sure.
An arresting breeze sweeps you up in an instant and moves you to safety. You fly 15 feet directly away from the triggering creature.
Okay, well, the timing you got to keep in mind. A creature enters a space within 5 feet of you.
Yeah,
So then you would move 15 feet. It would then continue its move and still be there.
accept that answer.
What is your AC?
It's 27.
Did you get the +2 from the bubble on the roof?
From the roof bubble? Oh, yeah. If that adds to everyone's AC, then yeah, that's 29.
For the
That
first-
still hits.
for the first two
'Cause you roll a
attacks.
30.
Whoever, I think it was you, first two
Oh,
attacks.
yeah, that's right.
Because your AC would be 30,
+1 status bonus AC for the rallying.
so
anthem.
barely hits you.
It still hits me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. It got
Every
me.
+1 doesn't always matter.
You've been hit.
Apparently not.
15 points of bludgeoning damage. And if you hit, the dragon automatically grabs the target. You
Oh.
have been grabbed.
I don't want to be.
Don't forget your 2 physical resistance.
Right, so 13 was the actual damage taken.
There's another dragon, and it is right next to, not too far away from Hemlock.
Is this the one that had me grabbed?
Nope. This is one that is afflicted by every condition known to man, however. That is clumsy too, and I believe slow as well. Yep,
It's in the
slow.
Venn diagram of conditions.
Yes. It has 2 actions, and it is going to attack just twice. This is do 2 regular attacks with claw and a jaw. Jaw for extra damage first. 30 to hit.
Hits.
For 21 piercing and fire. And then a claw swipe at, I think, over your head with a 26 to hit.
And that misses.
Okay, that's it for its turn. It loses the slowed. I think the clumsy stays while it stays in that zone at a minimum.
Correct.
Done.
Okay, let me confirm that for you real quick, because we're in pressure zone.
I'm missing a dragon. Oh, that dragon. Okay.
I'm missing
Skipped a dragon.
So sorry, the creature that succeeded was clumsy 1 until the end of its next turn. Failure was clumsy 2. At the end of its once it's done getting out of the effects,
Yeah, so
it's
only-
immune for an hour.
But it's staying in the effect.
So it has to resave if it's not already immune.
What was the spell again?
So it's called pressure zone.
Got it. It's clumsy 1 to the end of its next turn. It's clumsy 2. At the end of each of its turns, it can attempt a new save if it's no longer in the pressure zone. That's the key sentence.
Yeah, it's
Right.
still in there.
It's still in the zone, so that doesn't matter. It's
Okay.
it's good to go.
Cool.
We have a dragon to the smaller dragon to the north attacking Shalara. It is also frightened a little bit. It swoops in.
So it moves into range
Yes.
and incurs an opportunity attack.
Has to go past you.
Yeah, because it enters the space, which is fine, but then it leaves that space to go even closer.
It does
and
say
that
if
triggers.
they use a move action. It's using a move action.
While they're already in range.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
it will work out for you, but how it does is it moves into your range, and normally if it was equal, you don't get an opportunity to. He can step in and attack you.
Gotcha.
It did that, but then it kept going deeper into your range.
Yeah,
so
because
you
I have
do
a
get it.
15-foot
Yeah.
range.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that's cool. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
It's all
Pretty
good.
slick.
So that's an 18 on the die plus 20, 38 to hit.
Is a critical hit.
Nice.
So that critical 6, 12, 20 plus it's immune to fire So some cold, 25, 31 points of damage.
Wow.
Some of that being cold. I did not roll the fire damage.
Is that doubled because it's critical?
62.
What?
Yeah.
Because it's a
Crits
critical.
included?
No, that doesn't matter.
Huge.
This is not. Oh,
It's this right here.
That's
Yep.
the rallying. It's
Yep,
the
yep.
All right.
defensive
So
one.
62 points of damage when it came in.
It's
I get excited. I see.
All right.
attacks reflexively with its tail. No, it's going to do it with, got him really close. It's going to do it with its jaw. No, it's claws. Claws. 2 attacks with its claws. 24, 26
They
on
will both
Shalara.
miss.
Oh, what a bad turn for that dude. All right.
Hey, sorry about that.
It is no longer
it all
frightened.
backwards.
Just got damaged and did nothing else on its turn.
There is a dragon to the south, not too far from Hemlock. It turns away from you.
Is this the one that had me grappled?
No.
Damn it.
You want that one
The one that is right next to you is the one that had you grappled.
Okay.
This one breathes an exploding burst of fire.
How many actions does that take?
2.
Okay.
To the northeast into a collection of heroes.
Oh no!
We'll do it right in the middle, hitting 3 heroes in particular. Goli, Jericho, and Zaldor need to make reflex 27s.
What is the negative to my reflex for being grappled?
-2, you're off guard
You have a +1 to saves, don't forget.
from the song.
What's the magic number?
27.
27.
I have failed.
Zaldor only rolled a 6, so he's going to use his hero points to see if he can do a little better. That is much better. Success!
Success. The damage was also 27, so 27 to Jericho, 13 to Zaldor. Don't know about Goli.
Same.
13?
13.
Nice. Good dodging from Goli. Who failed? Jericho?
Jericho.
Jericho
26.
is a gnome on fire, starring Denzel Washington.
No, it's on fire.
1d6 plus 2 persistent fire.
1d6 plus 2.
That dragon is slowed and it is done, and is also staying within the nastiness. There's one last dragon.
The one that grappled you.
3d4 persistent damage of 8 points of cold damage.
It's just nasty.
Okay.
Does that do anything more than just 8?
Nope. No
Okay.
weaknesses. No weaknesses is what we've identified. It is going to do a coiling. It doesn't have a grab on you anymore, does it?
No.
It's going to do a coiling frenzy again upon you. Strike with a claw. 30 to hit
Hits.
for 22 points of slashing. And
20.
a 20 with the resistance. Tail is, 32 to hit.
Yep.
No, not bad. 14 points of bludgeoning, and you are automatically grabbed. For its third action, because this one was not. It was slowed. Oh, it goes to constrict,
Nice.
and it's just too slow.
I want to constrict you.
Fantastic. All right, Zaldor.
Big Z.
This is hard because all these dragons go at once. It's like a lot of damage at one time.
Yeah.
How far is a 60-foot cone from Zaldor?
Do it.
Because if he's lucky, I can hit every creature on the map. And I do mean every creature.
Hemlock, I have you at 29 health remaining.
Yep.
Oh, shit! Not quite every creature. One's out of the way.
We should
Shalara's taking care of
we'll
that
go
one. That
down
should
so
be
you can hit
fine.
that.
Yeah, you can
one
rotate
down.
it.
It's a big chunk of rotate there. It's just skipping a whole bunch of pixels.
Try, what was it, 60 foot?
It is a 60 foot.
You can do a control mouse wheel. It'll rotate around. If you have, you got to have that thing selected. Just click on it.
Bless you.
It's
And bless
my
us
job.
all.
So put your mouse right over it, click on it, and then control.
Yes.
Is that working?
Good.
So that we can not hit
If we
Jericho.
center it on Zeldor, can I also get the dragon that is grappling me? I believe in myself, and I believe in you.
Like it's Baleroc.
No, it doesn't. His token is just that's his illustrated. So one.
But it also misses Jericho and Goli.
It hits the
probably
four
a good
things to
idea.
the south.
You think so? I'm gonna
Probably a
skip
good
the
idea.
dragon and my allies.
Probably.
And your allies.
And your cleric.
You could try
Your bard.
repositioning.
Derek's having too much
just
fun
so
now.
you don't hit
Wee
everybody.
lighthouse.
You could move
I'm
and then do
grappled.
it over
I'm grappled.
here. I know. You have other spells. That cone of cold can come later on in the battle.
Feel like you guys just don't want me to have fun. That's what it sounds like you just said.
Keep in mind you are grabbed with a manipulate, which is a spell. You have a flat 5 to lose the actions.
Pretty obstinate as it is. All right. Zeldor hears Ansgar in the back of his head and changes the cone of cold to a howling blizzard.
Oh, better.
Or I could do a chromatic wall.
It's a wider cone, but
Walls.
But the walls are good. They're effective.
No walls.
Make a choice.
What are you doing?
Howling blizzard.
Tell us about it.
I cast it at 3 feet. Freezing winds will extend from my hands, and I will cast out within 500 feet a 30-foot burst. It has 10d6 cold damage with a basic reflex save.
You hitting those same 3 guys down there?
I'm gonna hit as many things as I can at a 30-foot burst. I believe I also get Baleroc.
Huge level
And if
5.
I'm
Level
lucky-
5 at 3 actions.
Move
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one to the left, or no? Or are you gonna?
Does that let me get also Hemlock and Jericho? And no, I don't need to hit the heroes if I can do it. If I can avoid it. So even the guy that's grabbing me, I will keep him out of it. So
Down
we'll
and to
just
the
get-
right. 2.
Yeah, a
And
little
down.
closer. We'll center it on the clumsy dragons. There we go. That should hit
Nope,
everybody.
Left one. You're trying to avoid hitting our party, right?
If I can, yes. But I want to hit all 3 of the
There we
dragons
go.
and the big guy.
It was.
One more left.
I think you had it. There you go.
No.
Is that everybody?
Wait, there was one in between.
If you come
Move
back
it
to where you
down
were,
one
I
more.
think we're good.
Hey, there. Well,
This is amazing
Back
radio,
one.
you guys. This
There-
is super
there it is.
good.
There you go. Perfect. We got it.
Okay.
I've got a dragon, and some sort of dragon being affected by this.
Is the big dragon affected?
yep.
'Cause we have to do this again.
Just not Hemlock's.
That's good.
Hemlock's dragon is not affected.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be right.
Okay.
I can't get 4 enemies. I keep getting 3 unless I add
Are
party
they
members
rolling?
to
Are
it.
they rolling something?
Basic reflex, please.
Hey.
That
Big-
circle doesn't overlap with Hemlock's dragon?
Oh, God. Small dragon. North,
Not
19
the circle, it's the squares.
and 29 for the southern one.
Purple squares.
Okay. Southern one is a success. 19 is a critical failure.
And Baleroc rolled a natural 1.
That is also a critical failure.
That's good
so
for you, Mr. Zaldor.
The damage I'm rolling is 11 on the die plus 25. That is 36 cold damage times 2.
72.
So 72 for Baleroc and for the critical fail Little Dragon.
And the one that succeeded is
36.
in half. It succeeds. So that'd be 18.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then 72 to the small, innocent little dragon.
Yes.
And then 72 to the
Innocent
Big
about these little
innocence.
the
shitholes.
layer, the homeowner, if you will, of
The squatter.
Baleroc.
The
Squatter,
squatter.
yeah.
The HOA
Squatter
president.
Baleroc.
And I'm going to do every single bit of that damage. I'm going to undo all of it in just a second if you do not roll a flat 5 or higher because you are grabbed.
Here we go. I'm rolling a d20. That fell out of the tray.
It did.
So I'm gonna ignore that 1 that just appeared and roll it back into the tray
All right.
for a 15.
Okay.
The question is, if we've been a 20 out of the tray.
Everyone else's butthole pucker a little bit just
Yep.
now?
Yep.
Woo-wee.
I was actually fine.
Golly. Would you like
Golly.
to pucker?
Bugger up, baby. Goli is casting big heal spell. 3 die rule in effect. That's a 16 base, adding. Wow, another big number. 35 plus 40.
Another
75.
75.
Whoa.
Back to
Oh my
hemlock.
god,
Goodness.
huge. Holy guacamole.
Wow.
It's a
What was your
swing.
health at before?
Is it 29?
Jeez.
So you're
Wasn't it down to
bored now.
10 at one point?
Yeah.
It was down to 10 at one point.
You are
He's done 150
Ow.
points of healing.
Just let me die.
Just imagine the
I'm checking
pain.
on
Right.
a cantrip action.
I
here.
still feel this.
Cantrip action.
How many actions are you done?
I used 2. I have 1 remaining. I will raise my shield.
Nice
Don't
heal.
you
Sorry,
have
guys.
that-
I've got other things to do. but-
Don't you have that solo, like that you heal the second person as well?
Communal?
Yes, communal healing. Within 30 of me, almost everyone is.
I could use some.
You ask for it, you get it. That's plus
You are
5.
not within 30 of him. Of all the people.
Is
Is
Shalara?
Shalara?
No.
No, you guys are miles away.
I'm really close.
Is Hemlock?
I am removing.
I think some more.
You're 35, says Derek.
I think it says specifically a
No, you're 30.
different target.
Okay.
I'm really close.
Jericho, you're next.
You can
Yeah.
also.
The first thing
Jericho
I'm
will
gonna
get
do
it, though.
is I'm gonna look up at that big dragon that just breathed yucky on me, and I'm gonna see. I see you've set aside this special time to be humiliated as I bon mow the big draggy.
91,
So I'm gonna roll a d20. I'm gonna add my modifier to it versus their will save.
By the way, Seth, don't roll a 15 or higher.
Oh, should I roll my fear first?
If you haven't rolled it, yes. Zaldor,
What am I rolling for?
the persistent damage you did to that guy, he needs to try and get rid of it.
37,
Oh,
You're good.
and whatever that is, that's a critical success.
not that that matters. I don't think a critical
Nope.
failure matters.
I rolled a 40 on my bon mow.
Oh, what the hell? Who is your target?
Everyone.
The big dog.
What?
This is my roll against fear.
23
Is that right?
plus 17. I did that math in my head all by myself.
Wow.
Is that a success there?
That is a success.
Clearing.
And keep
You
in
are not
reminder,
feared.
as you're rolling your
Then
fear
you-
saves, you have a +2.
Plus
To all
two.
of them.
So yeah. On the critical success, the target is distracted, if that is a critical success.
Zaldor, going back. Hold on, Jericho. Zaldor, you were frightened 1 on a success.
It was a 35. Is that a success or is that a critical?
I'm looking. Your target number was a 28.
Well, yeah. Okay, cool.
So you're frightened 1.
Frightened 1.
Okay. Back over to you. You were doing a bon mow.
Yep, got a 40.
This is a versus will DC.
Yep.
You got a total of 40. Is a critical success.
Okay, they're distracted. Take a -3 status to penalty and will saves for a minute.
Woo.
Nice.
After that, I'm going to cast a 5th level spell of synesthesia on the same target. Which is 2 actions. After the 1 action bond mode, they need to make a will save at -3.
Synergizing synesthesia. This is
Yes.
a will save.
DC 29 with a -3.
-3 to the will save is 35.
So that's a success. So they're going to be affected by this spell for 1 round. Their senses are rewired. They get a whole bunch of stuff that's going to happen. Number 1, the dragon must succeed on a DC 5 flat check. If it uses a concentration action.
Okay.
It has difficulty processing visual input. Everything is concealed from it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And it has trouble moving. It is clumsy 3
Yes.
Wow.
and has a -10-foot status penalty to its speed.
For 1 round.
1 round.
What a perfect time to do that, too.
Why do you say
My
that?
Goodness. Because we're going into, yeah.
All right.
I've got a hero point alert. Who are we back over to? I think we're over to Thonwill. Galen has received a hero point.
We'll do it.
Agree
He's
100%.
I got 4 of the suckers now.
All
You
right,
can't have
we're
four.
done with
You have
Jericho.
four?
Great spell. I
Max
can't
at
mark all those conditions. Just remind me if I need to.
Okay, quick point of order. I have 3 hero points. I understand we cannot have more than 3.
The 3 is the max.
Then please provide that hero point to somebody else.
Thonwill's giving it to Jericho. All right.
I had none.
That's a good time for it then.
It is Balerock's turn.
Yay.
I
did attempt to taunt it on the last turn. I don't know if that affects
You
it.
said that was the
is-
close of Jericho's turn?
Yes.
Jericho is on fire.
Oh, that's right. I take 1d6.
Thank you.
Like
Being a cleric works both ways.
No, you're the stupid. But
1d6
teacher, but teacher, he's on fire.
You want me to roll that?
1d6 plus 2.
I roll a 1. I take 3 points of damage.
Then roll a flat 15 or higher, and it's burned out.
Please make it a 15.
I roll a 12.
Okay, you're still on fire.
Cleric giveth and the cleric taketh away.
It's my job.
Balerock now is going to
77.
attack. Balerock is doing an attack called Draconic
you gave me
Frenzy.
I've heard of that.
Makes 2
82.
claw strikes and 1 wing strike for only 2 actions against Galen, and it is clumsy 3. So that affects its not its attacks though,
But it's AC. Yeah.
but it does affect its AC for a while and its reflex saves. All right, so it's not going to affect its attacks. Here comes, what did I say? 2 claws.
And it needs to make a flat 5 to strike.
Why?
Because
of
everything's
the
concealed to
synesthesia.
it.
Oh no, yeah. For concentrate, no, but the concealed, absolutely yes. So it is going to roll, and it misses. It misses. It misses.
Wow.
That is holy shit.
You just rolled 3 rolls that were less than 5 each.
die. Did I roll a wrong die? No, I rolled a d20 in the system. Rolled a 4, a 2, and a 3.
Yes!
So that
my
makes
God.
up for like the 8d20, the 820 he rolled in that
Calm
one
down. It
combat.
makes up for half of the
Wow.
8 d20s.
Don't go tickling Murphy's bippy. Just let it be.
Wow.
Murphy's baby.
Is that somewhere near the boo-boo hole?
I'm looking for episode names. I'm throwing out stuff.
Balerock says,
Balerock's
What
poopy
is
hole?"
this?" And it flies away back across the darkness sphere.
Can it fly with that nasty stuff?
It can. But you do notice, I'll give you the visual. It flies up to get away, and then it quickly comes down and stays low.
10-foot status penalty on its movement, too.
Oh, shiznat. Okay. God damn. He succeeded on the spell, too. Wow.
Yeah, imagine if he'd rolled another 1.
Yeah. All right. It is Hemlock's turn.
Oh boy. Hemlock is grappled by this Drake. Is super frustrated
Really? I thought
with
you
things.
dislodged yourself. You're still
I
grappled?
got grappled a second time.
Okay.
He's gonna do his twin shots again. Fuck.
It was a one-time deal.
A 31
The guy next to you
and a 40.
is a hit and a critical hit.
Perfect.
Pretty subpar for you, this adventure.
Yeah, that's still take it. The fire is not going to matter. 14 for the first attack.
Wait, they're not immune to fire, are they?
They are?
Oh, they are
Yeah.
immune to
Cool.
fire.
You told us.
Yeah, you told us.
I thought that was the other dragon. That's my fault.
I learned it by listening to you.
It's at least 30.
40 points of damage for the crit.
Second one. All right. It is hurt for sure. Injured, according to our stat tracker.
That was 2 actions. The crit does, because this was didn't obliterate it this time. So that was a twin shot knockdown. So if I successfully hit with both shots, the target is knocked prone.
He already has 2 conditions. There's only so much a dragon can take.
And then I'll reload my last action.
Okay, great.
It takes you with him because you're still grabbed?
Apparently, yeah.
Yep. Lord Ansgar.
I was cuddling you like a cat.
You've got one dragon next to you and Shalara.
Yeah. So I'm going to first and foremost sustain. So the freezing rain will be there. As my second action,
What does the freezing rain do? again?
freezing rain is going to be 46 cold damage. They're going to need to make a reflex saving throw as well. My second action, I'm going to boost my Eidolon, and she will get +2 status bonus damage rolls to all unarmed attacks.
This is a fun thing.
To actually all die.
If he has freezing rain up, you should pause this animation. So it's
Did they all take that freezing rain damage on their last turn?
On my last turn, yeah,
Does it happen on your turn or on theirs?
I believe it's mine.
Okay.
Because it's when I sustain.
Got it.
Yeah. So I rolled a 16 plus 20 to hit, so 36 to hit.
Was Shalara attacking?
Yes.
Okay.
Against the Shadow Dragon that she's
Is a hit.
in melee range. So that's 8, 15, 19, 27. 27 plus 6, 35.
3. I don't know what my
Plus
math is.
6.
What's the 6
30
and the 6 from?
So the 6 is just the regular plus 6 to
Okay, and then
the damage,
she's
and then the
enlarged
plus 6
and-
is
yeah.
is actually the boost Eidolon.
Okay.
so 33 to 39.
Yeah.
39.
Yeah.
And we skip past the freezing rain.
Yeah, so-
Reflex save was an 18.
So that is a critical failure. And on a critical failure on the
Tough turn for
freezing
the
rain,
dragons.
they're
Team Dragon.
they're going to take double damage, but then also they are
Frostbite.
critical failure. The creature takes double damage, slow 2 for 1 round.
And that's all of them down below, right?
No.
No? Which one is in the freezing rain?
Yeah, I mean all 3 of them are in it. It's a 20-foot burst.
That's your burst, not my burst, right?
So you had another burst up there, but
So I
I
had
can
2.
move it, and that can all. But I am basically moving it right there because it's
Perfect.
hitting all 3. So I'm just basically
So you're overlapping mine. That's what happens.
Correct.
Because that's where
Oh,
my
okay.
burst
I
was.
thought it was the one that
Does that
you were
catch
on.
me too?
no,
Okay.
it does not.
I got
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
So it's going to be 46 cold doubled for whatever one failed, but they all need to make it 10, 15, 16 is the base damage.
Then 25 and 21 for the other 2.
They both fail.
Okay.
So 16 damage for the fails,
And
32
for the big one.
failure. The fails, the successes,
No successes.
no successes. So the fails, they're both slowed 1,
Okay.
and the critical slowed 2.
Okay. Got it.
That's a good round.
That's a good round.
I'm glad I'm not tracking their stats.
Yeah.
However, I do have a note on here that you are on fire.
I am on fire. So I'm going to roll some damage.
Yes.
So I'm going to take 6 points of fire damage, and I
Roll
get
a
to
flat 15 or higher.
flat 15 or higher.
Galen,
Don't
you
fail
are
me
up.
now. I rolled a natural 1. Doesn't matter.
Still on fire.
Yeah.
All right, distance to me and the dragon that is currently grappling Zaldor.
Help me, please.
Oh, we have a critical correction from the chat.
Uh-oh.
Shouldn't be raining because of the energy field that's come down.
Oh, that's true.
All right, like the sun shone through, right?
Yep.
The burst.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Hey, the weather's cleared up.
Continue.
All right, Galen.
Unless those were Zaldor's tears.
Galen runs straight at the dragon that is grappling Zaldor and just tries to stab it right through the neck.
Can you get there?
Yep. Two
That'll
actions to get there and then a strike. That was a 4 that I rolled, so I will use a hero point. And
Do you have any to
re-roll
spare?
that. A couple.
Still have 8.
Let's re-roll that. And that was a 2. So the total to hit is 26.
Is a miss.
That's my action.
This one's not
Okay.
clumsy.
It is their turn. That dragon is going next. It has Zaldor grabbed,
You can let me go. There's another one.
and it is going to constrict. It deals the listed amount of damage to whoever has. Each of those creatures can attempt basic fortitude with the listed DC. All right, so you need to make a fortitude 27.
I'm rolling a 19. This shouldn't be too hard. Plus 11 is 30. Success.
All right, you take 9 points of bludgeoning and do it again.
But success. Rolling again.
Damn it.
Oh, that's even higher. 35.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning.
Come on.
Do it again.
Success.
Just keeps constricting the poor wizard.
Ooh, 9 plus 19 is 28.
Is a success. You take 12, half 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I keep winning.
There's a
Can't
dragon
handle
to
all
the
the winning.
north next to Shalara and Lord Ansgar.
I lost count. Golly, can you give me a number?
9, 8,
No,
6,
you made me do math. Give me 1 second.
23.
Thank you.
And it is going to do a coiling frenzy. 1 claw, 1 tail on you, Shalara. It'll do it on Shalara.
I have your total at 78 present.
See you soon. Thank you.
A natural 1
That'll miss.
is is a
Just
miss, and I'm going to have its breath weapon be unavailable for the rest of the battle. And then a 33 with the tail.
33 will hit.
Just a hit.
Yep.
Shalara
Shows
and you
29.
share damage, 20 points of bludgeoning.
So I've taken 77 points of damage according to my records.
18.
Damn it.
Because
Yeah.
it's minus
Oh.
2 there.
Resistance to physical damage.
So 76 points.
Then you are
75 points.
Messing
of
up your
damage.
math.
Automatically grabbed with the coiling frenzy, and so its third action is to tighten the noose.
What size is it?
Large.
Can it grapple huge?
I believe you can do 1 size above. You can't do 2 sizes above.
Okay.
Unless you have Titan Grappler.
Uh-huh.
Let's take a look.
It's like Jericho would lose a wrestling match with Shalara.
Probably.
I believe you can. It is constricting you. Basic fortitude, 27.
Right now?
Yep.
How long does this last?
42, 19 plus 13, so 32.
32.
Okay, half is 7 points of bludgeoning, minus the 2 is 5.
All right. So I've taken 80 points of damage. I have 90 left.
All right, there is a dragon in this annoying void thing, and it is going to fly over into the Galen mess. And it is going to do a coiling frenzy on you as well. You are off guard as you are surrounded on either side with flanking.
Yeah, don't come at me. I'll mess you up.
So that is minus
2 off your
2
AC.
off AC.
Keep
Okay.
your
Be a
Osgarian
plus
bonus
1
in
here.
mind, though.
Yep.
Give a bard
29
bonus.
to hit
Miss.
and a 23.
Yep.
Where do you have your health at? I have 94, but I know these guys have caught me on the 2 shift here.
I have mine at 90, but I could be actually with the other damage I haven't.
All right, I'm putting you at 94.
Yeah, that works.
The other dragon does the same coiled frenzy against Goli, flying over to him with a 23 to hit
Yes,
and a 34 with the tail.
34 will hit only.
19 bludgeoning to Goli, and you are grabbed, but it cannot constrict. Its actions are all done.
God damn it. I love it, but it's just pissing me
It's
off.
literally saved like 30 points of damage
Yeah.
so
So
far.
far, yeah, it really
Pretty
has.
There is one dragon left who is afflicted by everything in the world, including some fiery stuff,
And it's
right?
It only takes
That's
5
prone.
points of
Cold?
cold.
5.
And prone, I believe.
It is
And
prone.
it is prone.
And it's
And
badly
slowed
injured.
how
Well,
much?
2.
So it can only get up.
Its turn is over.
Perfect.
Can you roll a flat 15 or higher for the poor fellow?
Figure out what I'm going to do.
10.
Okay, continues to burn. That is it, and it stays in the annoying clumsy zone. Zaldor, you are up. You got a dragon point blank.
So it's hanging
Grabbed.
on to me
Yes.
still, right? If I wiggle free and I pull myself away, that is an action to do so, right? That doesn't include a move.
To escape is an
escape.
action, yes.
Right. Good. I was trying to see if there's any way that I could get. They lined up so nicely.
Yeah.
Perfect for a wall.
I feel like I could put a wall right there. I could drop a lightning bolt.
Oh, now a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
But we're all grabbed. That would
So-
go through it. Just saying.
Path of least
I
resistance.
don't know how
you're
electricity works in your world, but
Make a decision.
Aren't you resistant?
Zelda
no,
will
actually,
cast
I'm very not.
Chromatic Wall.
Oh, Jesus.
I also saw Derek make that same hand gesture just now. I got to do another damn wall tile. Keep telling me how I need to move it one more to the left, one more to the right.
This will be an easy one. You can just draw it straight over the top
Level 5.
of those dragons.
Oh wait, how far does it stretch?
It is. That's a great question. 60 feet long and 30
Jocelyn.
feet high.
Keyword was chromatic. Pick a number between 1 and 4. 3. Yellow.
Electricity.
A yellow wall stops acid, cold, electricity, fire, force, negative, positive, and sonic effects from passing through, and it deals 30 electricity damage.
Son of a bitch!
Anyone passing through with a basic reflex save. Disintegrate can counteract a yellow chromatic wall.
Disintegrate quick.
I hate your chromatic wall.
You're not.
You're not in
moved
it.
by it.
I don't believe you're in it.
You're fine.
We're being carried. Okay. Well, hey, if I'm not in it,
Out
that's
of
fine.
reach. They're holding it far away.
Reflex save.
Till-
Basic reflex save.
29 from left to right. 29, 23, 30.
If you're off the ground and they're on it, it's
3 successes.
Okay.
DC
I'll buy that.
29 or DC 28.
It's a Van de Graaff generator.
2
So
success, 1
success, fail, success. 29, 23, 30.
Oh, yes, sorry. Success, fail, success. Correct.
All right, so 30, so it's 15.
15 electric damage to the successors and 30 to the one that failed.
All right, the one on the far left is barely hanging on there. Burnt, cut, all messed up.
Goli says, "Do you want me to heal you?"
And I can roll it again, but before I cast it, I did roll the d20 for the flat check. It was a 13, but if you'd like, I can do it
Nope,
again.
that's fine.
All right.
Are you done?
I am done. All 3 actions.
Golly the grabbed.
And I've made a wall, so that means job over.
You can go home now.
I did it.
Goli the grabbed has to make a check for being grabbed, right? To use a manipulated spell, right?
You got to choose the spell you're casting first.
This is a heal,
Okay.
which I think falls into that.
It's a manipulate.
So I need a 5 or higher. That would work. That would work. Ooh, 10. Succeed. Proceeding with the spell. The spell is a burst 30.
So healing everyone within 30.
Yes.
That's an ally.
Any entity, but I have traits that can exclude enemies. out of
Sweet.
that. Using 3-die roll. So 16 natural will go in, plus 12, 28 healing to...
I think everybody but Ansgar and Sure.
If you're 30 feet away from
I
Goli,
don't think I am. I think I'm more.
No,
So
Okay.
28 healing.
28 healing.
that's
For everyone that's not Ansgar?
Yep.
Or Hemlock?
28
Hemlock's
times
even in
5.
5 feet. Oh,
140?
Thank you for that.
Goodness.
that's huge.
Massive. Is that all 3
Ansgar is
actions?
out. Negative.
It's only one.
I got Hemlock.
That was a reaction.
8 and Galen. I don't even keep track of your health anymore. My one trick, I am held. What is an action to try and remove myself from?
Athletics or acrobatics?
I will choose acrobatics to dislodge myself.
Okay.
The acrobatic heavy cleric. Love it.
They survive the longest.
Dwarven. Acrobatic dwarven.
Ah!
Oh,
I'm going to use a hero point. I don't want
What'd
to
you roll?
roll the natural one.
Oh, that's
Oh,
gross.
that's a good reason for a hero point.
Rolling to a natural 18. So that is going to be 34 to escape.
You have escaped. You're no
clutches.
longer
Is
grabbed.
this helping at all?
You're no longer grabbed. You're
No
good.
longer grabbed. I plop to the ground. Heavy.
Wait, was it the saving throw?
Doesn't matter. He's good. Jericho, you're up.
All right. Hey, Mr. Awesome Technician Helper Derek, dude. What would be the movement to get to the end point of the beautiful chromatic wall for me without walking into it?
To the west or east side?
The I don't know which way is west and east, but
Left or right?
The right-hand side, furthest away from the big dog dragon. Like if I wanted to walk. Oh yeah, let's get right there. Right? No, down one from there, and then down one. Yeah, right there. Right, exactly there. That's a perfect spot. So that's one action. And
Running
then
around the wall.
yeah, no, I'm gonna
that wall up.
I'm gonna add to the wall. And then I'm gonna cast a 2-action level 4 Inner Radiance Torrent. Right down the line.
Does it go through the wall? The wall stops certain energies.
Yeah, what are you casting?
What's the damage that it does? Type.
Oh, the type of damage. Force damage.
It is.
I believe
It
that
stops from passing through.
Well, I wouldn't know that.
You know that. You've talked to Zaldor.
I've bragged about this spell multiple.
Well, move me up 5 feet, then.
And he'll pout for 2 actions.
No, I'll just run it on. That's Gale.
Hey,
Are they
fire
tall
away,
enough?
sir.
Okay. If I would have known that, I would have done something totally different.
I mean, that's
All right, moving back to where I started. Then, if I knew that I couldn't fire through that type of wall, it just looked like a shining wall to me. Moving back to where I started, that beautiful X. All right, move me 30 feet towards the big dog dragon.
Who's on the far west of the battlefield behind the dark sphere.
And that fountain's kind of in my way.
Yep.
Could I have moved on the 30 diagonal, like more towards Ansgar?
Like up to here.
Yeah, that more that kind of a direction there. Yeah. So yeah, something like that. And there's like a big darkness. Do I have any idea where the dragon is? Really?
Yep, you can. He is mostly hidden. That's going to be, with our house rule, a 13 or higher flat roll after you commit the actions.
What if I'm not targeting him? Like if it's a line spell?
The same.
Like I'm just trying to like kind of like drop on the wall on him.
Yeah, that's going to be a weird one.
I hope he does. It's a good idea.
Because I'm going to take that same spell and try to hit the big dragon with it. A level 4, 2-action Inner Radiance Torrent.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's with you're targeting them or not. So it'd be the same thing.
Just okay. So I'm rolling something.
So you're committing to a spell.
It just went off.
Okay, the spell's gone off. It's Inner Radiant Torrent.
Yeah.
Okay, now roll a 13 or higher, or it misses him.
All right. I'll use my hero point I got. I rolled an 8.
Okay, good luck.
13 exactly.
Oh, nice.
All right. Baleroc, safe in behind his dark shield. Suddenly, golden light blasts through, parting it like he did to it. Is this a spell attack?
Nope.
Save then?
It's a reflex save.
Reflex save. He could dodge out of all of it. 35.
Yeah, he dodges out of all of it.
All of it?
It's a basic reflex save.
Yeah, so your DC's 29, so it would have been.
Yeah, so he gets a success.
It's a success. Yeah.
So it was a 4, 3, 9 plus 13. It's only 22. Half is 11. But the spell also, if it passes through an area of magical darkness, it attempts to counteract it.
Make a spell attack roll.
I will do so.
Make it a good one.
29, baby. How'd you want to roll?
11 on the die, so
30, right?
Real.
30 plus 19, yeah.
30.
You've obliterated his dark
Yes!
field.
Nice.
Wow.
That was great.
Nowhere to hide.
Does Radiant do anything to him? Like give him like a glow to make him easier to hit, that kind of stuff?
Nope.
All right.
If I'd cast it for 2 full turns, it would have made me glow and hurt anyone who came close to me.
Oh.
The dragon, pissed off, Baleroc in a near panic, flies back.
Also, like, that puts me in the place where I'm not super, like, AoE-ish.
Sorry, I wish to interject slightly.
Yes.
Jericho's still on fire.
Oh, yeah. Let me roll that. I take 4 points of damage.
Then flat roll to...
I believe that puts me at 106. I rolled a 12.
It was the same thing as last time.
4 and 2.
I like fire. This goes down 1.
Baleroc in
This
a
goes
rage
down.
flies all the way across the battlefield into the heroes, vomits forth its vomiting void breath into hero and 2 of its own younger dragon companions.
Oh, that's me.
So I need Goli Zaldor, Galen to make reflex saves. Your target number is clearly a 32.
32. All right.
Because I was allowed to do it before, I'm going to toss my last 5th level spell slot and Shadow Siphon that.
Make a spell attack roll to counteract.
Ooh. Waste of a spell. Natural 1.
Oh, God.
All right. The
Dang.
spell will be enhanced by 15
you know what?
additional
You know
points
what I
of
can do?
damage.
I've been saving this forever. Let's use it now. 1 dark hero die.
Oh!
What does the dark hero die
I don't
do?
know.
This
But
is the one.
I've been
we're
saving
using
it. I've been saving it since hell.
This is the hell die.
All right.
I don't know what it does.
Okay, so you are spending that energy.
Yes, I'll spend that.
Okay.
No one of the ancients know what it does.
Got to use it sometime, right?
I like that you're about to get hit. Your spell fizzles, just reach in your pocket and go. Crack.
This is where everything pauses and then the coin goes up in the air quietly. Yeah.
All right, here's what you're going to do as the dragon lands right next to you. It's about to vomit forth on all your friends. You try and siphon, it doesn't work, and you burst out uncontrollably with another inner radiant torrent as high as a level you can cast with as many actions as you can cast. 3 action max.
Okay.
Go ahead and what's that, a reflex save?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, and you get that for free with a 27, which I think is a miss.
That is.
So you get a free huge blast of that big spell before a penalty comes your way.
Okay. Do I have to have with the highest spell slot I have or highest spell I could cast?
Level 5.
Okay. I will.
But is
do
it
that.
using a spell slot?
No,
Okay.
Okay.
this is 100% free.
28 points damage.
28 points of damage. It
Force
takes
damage.
It takes it all. And in return, you enhance its void attack that it's vomiting upon your 3 friends. All of your saves have a DC that is 1 higher, and it is going to do double damage.
Oh, God.
That's what my dark hero die does?
Yes.
Sweet.
So,
That was not what I anticipated.
so you have
No treasure from hell.
33 basic reflex from Goli, Galen, and Zaldor. 33.
You have a +1 on your saving throws.
Thank you.
+1. Will my spell shield affect on this or no?
Spell shield? I don't know
Yeah,
what that is.
my shield that you gave me, the spell guard shield.
That's the dancing spell. You haven't cast that yet.
No. This is a very beginning of the character. The first item you gave me was the shield I can use.
Oh, I believe so.
Give me the
Does it
word.
not say in your character sheet?
It does not, or at least I haven't found it.
Yeah, I gotta look up your character sheet. Stand by.
Crazy battle.
The item has not changed its name. It is called a spell guard shield.
Oh, let
That
me look up
helps.
spell guard then. Spell guard.
For everyone asking at home, Zaldor failed.
Saving throws against spells that target you. Yeah.
Okay. So it's an item.
Zaldor
and
failed.
it's-
Okay.
30 instead of 33.
33 was the target number. Okay. Galen?
Galen rolled a natural 1, and so we'll use a hero point to re-roll that.
What
The
did you
natural-
roll?
That rolled over from an 18 to a 2, which gives me a 22.
That is a critical failure. And what about Golly?
Golly, 28.
Is a failure. It rolled. Hang on, Lauren. It rolled 36 void damage. We might be all right. That was then doubled by the dark void as 72. So 72 for Zaldor, 72 for Golly, and 144 for Galen.
I do have 10 damage resistance to all damage from dragons, but that ain't gonna save me because that takes it down to 134, and I have 128 hit points.
Shoot.
Oh, so you're dropped.
Yep.
You're not killed on the blow with massive damage. It needs to be double your max hit points. So
Yep.
you are dropped.
But not killed.
but not killed.
That is its turn, and it is Hemlock's turn.
So 72 on a fail.
I can't see anything behind that wall.
Oh, sure you
that
can.
stupid wall.
You can see right through it.
So I'm still grappled by this one jackass.
It's just yellow. It's just a yellow wall.
How's this one that's got me looking? Is it looking pretty rough?
Nope.
Badly injured. Thank you, Derek.
Okay. I'm in a reload. So that's a manipulate action, so I gotta make a roll because I'm grappled,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
I like that we don't even try to get out of grapple. It's like,
That's
no, it's
a
fine.
natural 20.
Okay.
I don't know if that does anything.
Why now?
Yeah, I know. And then I'm gonna do another twin shot. So there's a 31.
Yep.
And a 27.
Hitting a hit.
Yeah, that guy gets knocked prone.
Like, oh no!
Yeah.
And what happens if he's grappling him and he gets knocked prone?
He still holds on.
40 points of damage. 20 and 20.
All right. He is obliterated, and let's go.
Sweet.
Nice.
And
If you
that
were-
is all 3 actions.
All right, Lord Ansgar. You have a dragon near death next to you. You've been doing your own pseudo fight to
Yeah.
the north the whole time.
Okay, first things first, I'm going to sustain the freezing rain and I'm going to move it north 20 feet. I'm going to try to get Baleroc and the one dragon there. If I can. Down, yeah, just down just a little bit, and yeah, essentially that. So do you want to do the damage on that first?
Reflex saves.
Yeah, reflex saves.
32 from Baleroc.
Okay, that's a success.
Baleroc.
6,
And 30 from the other one.
10, 15. So they both take half damage. So they both just take 7 points of
Okay.
cold damage.
Baleroc is badly injured, and the other one is destroyed. Only had 4 hit points left.
Oh.
And let's go of Goli.
Shalara will strike the creature that's near death. Feeling there's very little option. 9 plus 20, 29 to hit.
Is a hit.
That's 10, 12, 18 plus 2, 20 points of damage.
Okay.
21 points of damage.
Barely
No, that's
alive.
not damage.
That's a good save.
21. Yeah. And then she will strike again. We have one more action. And that's plus 16, 22 to hit.
Is a miss.
Okay. That's, we're done.
Okay. We're up with some draggedy dragons. One holding on to Zaldor is going to step out of this wall, still holding on to Zaldor, though, but that wastes
Please let go.
one of its actions. And it is going to constrict twice. Fortitude 27.
Ooh, natural 1.
Okay. That is 32 points of
Ouch.
bludgeoning damage. As it
Minus
gets-
2, 30.
Only 30.
And then another one.
Oh, no.
Basic Fortitude 27. It's choking the life out of you. You have no safe word.
Oh, that's much better. Fortitude 35.
36.
6.
Becomes 7 minus 2 is 5 points net of bludgeoning.
You took the minus 2 from that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If you're seeing what I'm seeing, I got 6 hit points left.
I'm not seeing what you're seeing.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing you've dropped with 0.
Did you take off the 6 points from the last time?
There's a 90% chance no.
Then add 6 because of the 3 squeezes from last time.
All
I
right.
pulled 2 off of each of those.
You
which is what
pulled
gave
2
me the
off
6
of
and a half.
Okay.
those. All right. I mean, 1, 6, you would have 5 health remaining.
Jericho, you kept me up. Standing because of you.
5
I'm just
health,
here to help
sir.
everybody. That's
Actually,
really
you're
what I'm
sort of
all
wrapped
about.
up,
Just,
kind of constricted.
just throwing benefits around to everyone.
All right, an underworld dragon flies away from the chromatic wall and then turns back and vomits forth its fiery blast.
Back at us?
Back at you.
Rude.
Hitting 3 but the heroes, but not Hemlock.
Yeah.
Reflex saves from Goli, Galen, and Zaldor again.
Does that stop fire? Your
It
wall?
doesn't stop fire.
So Galen is
That's a
dropped,
red wall.
so I automatically take that.
Yes.
Actually, let me double check something. Acid, cold, electricity, fire, force, negative, positive, and sonic effects from passing through.
Now it is an emanation, but
Yeah, and it comes on the other side of that.
Oh, it's not a
unfortunately.
blast.
Yeah, I'm
It's an
how,
over the
how
top.
high is it?
It is a 30-foot wall. 30-foot wall, high, 60 feet long.
Oh,
yeah, they have to.
that's pretty good then. Yeah, then that effect completely absorbs it.
Thank you. Cast your walls
I
wherever
can
you
put
want.
this
sir.
way.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Fantastic. Dragon is befuddled. Nice wall. Did I miss? Well, yeah, I missed the one up there with Shalara. And it is barely hanging on, and it is going to do its coiling frenzy and try. It has failed multiple times. Shalara, 25 to hit.
Miss.
Tail, natural 20.
That'll hit.
48, 4-8 minus the resistance. 4-8
6.
points of bludgeoning damage.
-2.
Got it.
You are grabbed and then constricted. Make a fortitude save, 27 for Shalara.
It's a really big hit.
How much?
27 fortitude save.
Pass.
Pass. You take 4 minus 2 is 2 points only, points of damage. That's it for the smaller dragons. It's Zaldor. You got a dragon on your face.
Still there.
Is the constrict a
Are-
manipulate action?
I don't know. What does this matter?
The Eidolon opportunity.
It is not. No,
Okay.
that manipulates more fine hand stuff.
Got it.
Our lordship is ablaze.
Yeah.
Zaldor's going to attempt to escape.
5 more points
his
of damage.
5.
And
I'm assuming the math has been done.
yeah.
Come on, baby. Get out of it.
A 17.
No longer burning.
Yay.
Zaldor trying to get out.
Trying to get out using acrobatics. Hakifuda! 36.
Is
Whoa.
a success.
Zaldor's a freaking ninja.
Well, yes, but I don't like to brag about it.
Next 2 actions.
Ninja of the
41.
Dragon Battle?
Yes. There's a couple of things, I believe. We don't know if Baleroc has any major weaknesses or anything that he's immune to. Or
Would
certainly
be
new
good to
about.
know, though.
Would be certainly interesting.
Trust
to
me,
find
I'm
out.
working on it.
I believe he's probably not immune to lightning. Zaldor casts lightning bolts straight at Baleroc.
Please don't miss.
Reflex save from the big dragon.
Be a reflex save.
Fight may be taking a turn with a natural 1.
That is a critical miss, critical failure. And to make sure that I have to roll enough dice, it's been a minute since I used the lightning bolts. Just confirming it is 4d12 electric damage.
Baleroc steps into the lightning bolt.
Times 2.
Let me
Ride the lightning, baby.
Oh, fuck.
11, 12, 12, 4. That is 24, 28, 35 times 2, 70 points of electrical damage.
Zap.
How would you like to describe Baleroc's demise?
Cinematically, Zaldor, when he was wriggling free, reaching into his robe at the same time, squeezed himself out of the grip to pull out a sphere of air. Holding it up in the air, charging against the force field that's in there, the air fires out of his hands and becomes electrified and stretching itself out, blasting into Baleroc, enveloping him in the full sphere of electric that holds and holds and holds for all 3 actions of the round, completely zapping lightning inside and out all around. You see the skeletal form of the Void Dragon, the Umber Dragon, appearing and disappearing until it ashes itself and falls into its own void.
Wow.
That was great.
Applause across the studio. The injured, badly injured, and near death underworld dragons, the smaller ones, are slain not too long after that. Our heroes put themselves out and rise up those who were dropped, with Galen, I believe, being one of them.
I took one hit that entire.
And that was enough.
It was a doozy.
Our view pulls back and back and back away from this courtyard of the Queen's destruction, with even more violence of blood and gore and ashes and wounded heroes, as we see people slowly coming out of their homes. Time slowly passes and more people come out. They start talking and everyone starts to gather around the courtyard to see that the dragon has truly been slain. There are a few drakes milling about towers or scattering around the town, and they fly off and leave the city with the demise of Baleroc. More time goes by as you guys heal and rest and start to help out getting the people out of the town and talking with them and getting things, trying to get organized again as to what this life is going to be like in the city once more. A couple days go by, and our heroes have been gathered, maybe some excited, some maybe a little reluctant, as there is a ceremony of thanks to be given by the people. And there is a podium that is set up, a little stage where the heroes have gathered, and several dozen people are all out, smiles on their faces for the first time, excited to have something to celebrate for the first time in a long time. And as you guys stand there all kind of apprehensive, maybe more nervous in front of all of these people than you were fighting the dragon, our Lady Morrowind comes out to address the crowd.
My good people, today our city and all of you have been saved. Baleroc is no more, vanquished by the very hero standing behind me. I know it has been a hard couple of months for us all, but look around you. Our city stands, our families, our neighbors live. We will forever grieve those whom we have lost, but let their sacrifices not be in vain. Grieve how you need, mourn who you have lost, but know that Kanebren will rise again, stronger and as beautiful as she has ever been. Lady Morrowind turns to the side, facing the heroes behind her and meeting each one's eye in turn. Kanebren is in your debt, a debt that can never be repaid. You have saved my city, you have saved my people. Once again, I shall hear their music fill the streets, laughter loosed without a care for who hears, families flourishing and hope no longer a dream. Words will never have the ability to express my gratitude to you all. I am eternally grateful for everything that you have done, and the hope that you have returned to my city. Lady Morrowind nods at her guard, who opens the chest within his arms. Zeldor, please step forward.
Oh, all right.
Zeldor, Wizard of the Seventh Tower, Keeper of the Wind Spheres over the Thousand Isles, Captain of the Wake, Slayer of Baleroc, and Shield of Calavier. For your noble acts this day, I present to you the highest commendation in our kingdom, the Queen's Medal. May it remind you of all the lives you have touched and the good that you have done here. If you should ever lose faith in your abilities, look upon it and remember that you not only saved a city, you saved its people too.
Thank you. Flourish.
Hemlock, please step forward.
Yes.
Hemlock, Pistolier Extraordinaire, Guardian of Tavernry, Slayer of Baleroc, and Shield of Calavier. Fighting a dragon is no easy task, no matter how prepared you may be. It is a feat I shall never forget as long as I shall live. For your brave actions, I present you with the Queen's Medal. May it remind you that bravery is not always reliant on those who rush in, but those who know when it is time to rely on strategy. Hold it dear, Hold it close, and in times of great need, let it fill you with the hope of a city born anew.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kind Jericho, please step forward.
Okay.
Jericho, protector of the people, guardian of Tavernry, slayer of Baleroc, and shield of Calavier. It takes great courage to do what you have accomplished here today, and for your courage, I present you with the Queen's Medal, out of gratitude and with great joy. Let it be a reminder to you that even in the darkest of times, courage is a beacon that shines brightly, bringing hope to all those around you.
Thank you, lady.
Protector Galen, please step forward.
My lady.
Galen, defender of all, guardian of Tavernry, slayer of Baleroc, and shield of Calavier. Your first concern was of my people, how they lived in keeping them safe. Without question or hesitation, you rose to the cause, helping to create a plan and offering to sacrifice yourself in distraction to Baleroc, also that your comrades may succeed in activating the towers. For your acts of bravery and kindness, I present you with the Queen's Medal. May it serve as a reminder that kindness is not a weakness, that through your kindness you have brought hope for a better future for all of us here.
I'm honored.
Goli Redbeard, please step forward.
Yes, milady.
Goli, healer of the people, slayer of Baleroc, and shield of Calavier. You came here months ago without a home, looking for a way to help protect your people. You helped to rebuild my city with no expectation of anything in return. In our gratitude, we welcomed all of you with open arms, and in return, you have saved us yet again. There are no words strong enough to convey my appreciation and gratitude for you, only actions. Lady Morrowind lowers herself to Goli's height and finally gives him the hug he had asked for many months ago. It is with great exaltation that I present you with the Queen's Medal, not only as a thank you for all that you have done, but a reminder. Calavier will always be open to you in whatever way you may need. It is an honor to call you a citizen, and a greater honor to call you an ally.
Thank you, milady.
Lady Morrowind retrieves the final medal from the box. Her guard closes the lid and steps away. Lord Ansgar Icebeard,
Yes,
my dear
lady.
friend, please step forward.
Yes, my lady.
Lord Ansgar, summoner of Shalara, ally of Kanebren, slayer of Baleroc, and shield of Calavier. It is with great pride that I call you my friend. You arrived here without a home, keeping your own people safe through a great loss. You helped us rebuild without question or hesitation, throwing yourself into your work. You helped and protected my people as if they were your own. It is with great honor and great pride that I bestow upon you Calavier's Queen's Medal. Let it forever remind you that through loss, one's greatest strength can be found. We do not let it break us. We grieve and we fight in their memory. We fight for those whom we have lost, and we bring hope to those we have yet to meet. Lady Morrowind turns to all the people of the city watching the ceremony, and to all of you present here today. I have made an important decision. It is time that I take up the throne of our kingdom and be your queen, if you will have me. The crowd cheers. Then I thank you for this honor. As my first act of Queen as Calavier, Lady Morrowind turns back to face the heroes. I invite each of you to stay, to become citizens of our kingdom. There is much to rebuild, and there's a place for all of you heroes at the table. Lord Ansgar, your skills and leadership have proven invaluable to my city. Your help to rebuild would make us stronger than ever before. Goli Redbeard, my people need a faith to lean on, to help them process their grief. With your help, we could give them a place of reprieve, as well as a place to bury and remember their fallen neighbors. Zaldor, your ship could aid us greatly in repairs, as well as timely trade with any nearby towns for supplies. Jericho, I am certain your music is some of the finest Kanebren has heard in too long. There will be a place here for you to teach what you know and perform as you wish. Hemlock, your pistols are something we do not see much of. There is a place here for you among the Queen's Guard should you wish to take it. And Galen, your weapons speak of a man who commands respect. With the loss of so many people, I am in need of someone to train the next generation of guards and knights. It would be an honor to have you be the one to do so. The choice, of course, remains with you. I know that we have heard little word from our soldiers fighting against the undead at Stonedale. What you choose to do is up to you, but know that Calavia will always welcome you home. All of you.
My lady, if I may interject. Sorry, Queen. He bows. As this gathering comes together, there is one item that is untouched, and Goli will pull out the Queen's flag, and he hands that off to you.
Thank you.
Oh.
I will be very happy to see this return to where it deserves to fly.
The Queen and her throne. That's just the way it should be.
You have done great work keeping this safe. Thank you.
And with that, we're going to call it a night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Thonwill, thank you for attending. Claygon, thank you for attending. Casey Katz, thank you for being here for this. We appreciate all of you. And we're going to wrap up a little bit of after show talking about what this dragon fight was and this salvation of Kanebren. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Go us! Cheers.